Hello guys, today, I'm going to explain to you 1986 release anime series called Dragon Ball. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. Disclaimer, I do not own Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is owned by Toei Animation, Limited and licensed by FU Animation Productions, Limited. All rights reserved. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super and all logos, character names and distinctive likenesses thereof are trademarks of Toei Animation, Limited. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. At the beginning of the episode, we saw a 12-year-old boy named Goku, who lives alone in the forest on top of the mountains. And an era completely unknown to all. He only has one ball, which is called the Dragon Ball. Goku calls him Grandpa, and this ball is very special to Goku. Actually, this ball belongs to Goku's grandpa, and Goku's grandpa was passed away long ago. Then we see Bulma, a 16-year-old girl searching for the Dragon Ball on her Dragon Ball radar. After that, we see three people peel off. Shu and Mai are slaves of peel off. Once Goku is going home after catching a fish, but he got hit by Bulma's car. Goku falls on ground. Goku picks up Bulma's car and throws it. Bulma gets scared and fire with gun on Goku. Goku doesn't have any effective bullet on his body. Goku then starts to attack at her but stops, when she reveals herself to be a girl, not a goblin. As Goku stops and discovers that she is different. Goku has always been told by his grandfather to be gentle to girls, so he invites Bulma to his home for dinner. Finally reaching there, Bulma sees the thing that she has been seeking, which is Dragon Ball. Goku shouted away from Bulma, saying that it was his grandpa's. Bulma shows Goku her 2 Dragon Balls that she has, and tells him that there are 7 Dragon Balls in total. And they are spread all around the world. She explains that when they are all collected, they allow summon a dragon, in which we make one wish. In Bulma's case, her wish is to have a smart boyfriend, but Goku stubbornly refuses to give all that is left of his grandfather. But, Goku agrees to come along with Bulma on her journey to collect the Dragon Balls. She defined to Goku that she can detect them using her dragon radar. After continuing their journey, Goku and Bulma end up camping near Skull Valley. Bulma pulls out a capsule and spawns a house. Bulma notices that Goku smells pretty bad, so she encouraged him to take a bath. While bathing him, she finds out that Goku's tail is real and part of his body and that he is in control of it due to the fact that he can scrub his back with it. Bulma then decides to relax in a bathtub but is ruined when Goku barges in and makes comments about helping her since she does not have a tail. Bulma is angered and throws shampoo bottles and other things at him as he runs out. After that, while Bulma is brushing her teeth, she asks Goku about his mother and father. Goku responds that he does not know about them, saying that his grandpa found him as a baby all by himself and decided to take him home with him. Goku then falls asleep while Bulma is still talking to him, which makes her angry. In the morning, while Goku gets tired of watching her brush her hair, he goes outside to train when he meets a strange visitor, a turtle. The turtle says he is lost from his master, who lives down by the beach. Bulma gives him some salt water to hold him off and Goku offers to take him home, but Bulma tells him that the beach is 100 miles out of their way. On the way to the beach with Turtle, Goku and Bulma encounter a bear thief who would like to eat the turtle. Goku refuses him and has his first real battle, easily defeating the bear in seconds by proving to be too fast and strong for him. When they get to the beach shortly afterward, Goku bids goodbye to Turtle and sets him into the sea. Turtle tells them to wait, he has a gift to give to them. Turtle returns with his master, the turtle hermit, Master Roshi, and introduces him to Bulma and Goku. Master Roshi wants to reward Goku with a gift, so he gives him the magical flying nimbus, a cloud that can fly anywhere, but can only be ridden by those of pure heart. Master Roshi tries to demonstrate but falls through it. Goku, of course, rides it with ease. At the beach, Bulma also demands a prize from Roshi, despite Turtle's comments that Goku was the only one who helped him. She immediately notices the Dragon Ball hanging from Master Roshi's neck, and asks for it. Master Roshi asks her to show him her underwear, but she screams at him instead. After weighing the matter, Bulma consents to doing so. However, unknown to her, Goku had removed her underwear earlier that morning, and she inadvertently exposes her naked body to Master Roshi. Goku and Bulma continue their journey. The two enter the village, only to see no one there. Bulma thinks it is a ghost town, but Goku feels that there are people there. Goku heads to the Sherman priest's house.
but the door is locked, so he punches it open. As soon as he enters, a heavy axe comes crashing down on his head, only to give him a small lump. Sherman Priest then tells him not to take his daughter, but Goku reveals that he is not whoever Sherman Priest thinks he is. Sherman Priest tells Goku and Bulma that a shape-shifting monster named Oolong has been taking away the villagers' daughters, and intends to take his daughter next. Bulma asks him if he has seen a Dragon Ball around and shows him one of hers. By now, the village realizes that Oolong is nowhere in sight, and are all at the Sherman Priest's front door. Grandma Pozu, an old lady, shows Bulma the 6-star Dragon Ball, and Goku asks for it. The woman refuses, saying it was passed down from other generations. Bulma asks the lady if she can have it if she and Goku defeat Oolong, and get the girls back.
Bulma makes a plan, and asks Goku dresses up like Pochampa, and then Goku waits for the Oolong. Oolong comes crashing in the form of a devil in a tux with flowers. Oolong asks Pochampa to marry her, but Goku, still disguised, makes no answer and thinks to himself that he really needs to pee. Oolong then transforms into a handsome man, and Bulma, watching from inside the house, is attracted to Oolong's new look. Oolong, who immediately takes a liking to Bulma, argues whether he should take her or the other, checking in on Pochavampa, that she is carrying a leak, only as a boy, and eventually discovers that he has been tricked. Oolong turns into a giant Spanish-speaking bull again. Goku takes off the disguise and gets ready to fight Oolong. But Oolong runs away at the last second. Goku chases him, and when he gets outside the gates, he sees a small pig. Pig tells Goku that Oolong has gone to the other side of the city, and Goku runs after him. After Goku leaves, Pig reveals himself in his true form as Oolong. After going to shape-shifting school, Oolong learned to take different forms, but there was one catch: he could only be in a certain form for 5 minutes and no longer. Goku returns to the village, and tells Pig that he did not find the Oolong. Oolong now takes the form of a giant metal ninja with giant chopsticks and a giant bowl of soup, and tells Goku that if he runs away. Oolong asks why Goku thinks he can win, and Goku says that he learned karate from his grandfather. Oolong says that if Goku is really good at karate, he can break 3 bricks with one hand. Oolong takes 3 bricks from the hammer space and stacks them. Goku breaks them with one finger. Suddenly, Oolong turns into a bat and flies away. Bulma reminds Goku that he has to find the lost girls, so Goku summons his Nimbus Cloud and chases. Goku isn't far behind Oolong, but Oolong turns into a rocket again. This time around, in the midst of the chase, the Oolong reverts to its normal form after running for 5 minutes and falls to the ground. Goku ties her up and takes him back to the village. Oolong apologizes to the villagers and then takes her to his hut, which is actually a large mansion, and shows 3 daughters. Oolong begs the villagers to take their children back, seeing how they are causing so much trouble. Grandma Pozu presented the 6-star Dragon Ball to Goku and Bulma. Bulma, Goku and Oolong are in a boat passing through a river. Bulma decided that Oolong and his shape-shifting ability could be very useful in their quest. Oolong then turns into a fish and jumps out of the boat when he hears the next place they are going to Fire Mountain. Goku follows her, but before she can catch him, Bulma takes Oolong back to the boat with her panties. Back on the boat, Bulma gives Oolong a vitamin and she tells him she should take it because it's good for her. The boat then runs out of gas, but Bulma turns the Oolong into a paddle so they can reach shore. On the shore, Bulma learns that his dino caps are missing and yells at Oolong, accusing him of stealing. Oolong hides and Bulma makes a piggy sound that prompts Oolong to go to the pee. Bulma then tells Oolong that the vitamin she gave him was actually a pill that forces her to go to the bathroom whenever someone makes a piggy sound. With the passage of time, they are now walking in the Diablo Desert. Bulma eventually throws a temper tantrum as she cannot stand to walk in the desert, remarking that she is used to the luxuries of her capsule. And she eventually goes out in the heat. Both Goku and Oolong ride a flying bike, Jet Squirrel. The man introduces himself as Yamcha, the desert bandit, and orders the two that if they want to escape from this desert, they have to give them money or capsules. Oolong then identifies the cat as Poor, who accompanied him to the Shapeshifting Academy, and Poor remembers Oolong as a bully. Yamcha, wanting to rob them and challenge them to a fight, starts fighting Goku with his sword, and Goku fights back using his power pole.
Realizing that Goku is powerful, Yamcha asks Goku if he is Gohan's grandson, as he is the only person he could have pulled. Resuming their fight, Yamcha used his powerful attack, the Wolf Fang Fist, to knock Goku into several rocks. Terrified that his friend is lost, Oolong turns into a fly and tries to fly. But Poor turns into a fly swatter and kicks Oolong out of his form, stopping him. Oolong is about to give Yamcha a capsule to save himself, but Goku emerges from the rubble and yells at Yamcha. Yamcha decides to take down Goku with another Wolf Fang fist, but before Yamcha can once again take down Goku, Bulma begins to wake up and Yamcha sees him. Yamcha is stunned to see her and falls and runs away saying that they will be back. Bulma gets a quick glance at Yamcha and falls in love with her. It's getting dark, so Oolong fork over his only capsule, a double-decker motorhome. Mumbling about the filthy bus condition, Bulma goes upstairs to take a bath. At the table, Goku explains to Oolong what the Dragon Balls are for. Meanwhile, outside the van, Emperor Pilaf has once again sent Shu and Mai to retrieve the Dragon Balls. Shu plans to plant a bomb on the bus, but it accidentally gets stuck in his hand. He sets it up to blow up later so they have time to take it off. Yamcha and Por sit on opposite sides, listening to Goku's conversation about the Dragon Balls and his power to fulfill wishes. He crawls around to enter from behind, but accidentally catches a large glimpse of Bulma's naked bust through the window. Now knowing the power of the Dragon Balls, Yamcha said that with them he would never be afraid of girls again. Por is shocked at this and asks Yamcha why not use the will of money and power. Yamcha says he is not truly interested in those things and what he wants cannot be bought with money or power. Inside the house wagon, Oolong tells Bulma that he will wash later, but he has nothing to wear now. Enraged, she tells them that she is going to bed and asks them not to enter her room. Oolong makes Goku and Bulma drink orange juice. Bulma happily drinks it, but Goku doesn't like his drink. Oolong tells him it will make him stronger, which will pique Goku's interest, so he drinks it. What he and Bulma didn't know, however, is that Oolong ingested sleepy grass, a chemical that makes the drinker fall asleep. Bulma is now sleepy, but before she warns Oolong to go to bed again. Before going to bed upstairs, Oolong gives a warning, and as Goku is knocked out of the cold, Oolong slips into the bedroom where Bulma is sleeping to steal not only the Dragon Balls but his panties. Yamcha and Por enter next. They too want the balls for themselves. Por transforms into a goofy version of Goku, while Yamcha hides upstairs. Oolong is about to come back inside after hearing footsteps, surprised by how quickly Goku wakes up. Not realizing it's actually Por, he transforms into a younger version of Bulma, and forces Por to go outside. They eventually realize what each other is doing, and run. Above, Yamcha is walking around looking for the balls in the dark. He mistakes press Bulma's chest under the blanket for Dragon Balls and soon realizes what he's really grabbing. The night ends with Yamcha in utter shock, with Por running out of the house while Oolong goes into hiding, anticipating abuse from Bulma. The next morning, Shu and Mai finally tie the bomb to the bus for an hour. Bulma wakes up wrapped in a blanket and in the house wagon wearing Oolong's only outfit, which turns out to be a Playboy bunny outfit. Oolong starts driving when Goku sees a two-seater driving behind him. It is none other than Yamcha and Por, who are once again coming to steal the Dragon Balls. Goku and Oolong exit the bus as two bandits fire a missile at him, destroying him, and prepare to take them down forever. Goku starts fighting Yamcha again. Pulling out his tooth, Yamcha then stops the fight. When Por is horrified to see his master losing his teeth, he turns to a hand mirror to show him what had happened. Yamcha screams in shock, thinking that she will never get a girl again. Goku and Oolong see Yamacha run away in shame with Por. Before they go to pick up Bulma, who is now out in the accident, for a walk, Shu and Mai arrive, thinking that the bomb was a dud, and enter the bus to steal the Dragon Balls. The bus explodes on them, but they survive. As they walk, Goku carries the unconscious Bulma on his back, the group not really knowing what to do anymore as their only means of transportation were destroyed. Yamcha and Por suddenly return, and Yamcha says he is sorry for his past actions and offers him a car. Oolong is suspicious and checks the car for bombs. Goku trusts Yamcha, and they move on to the next place in him. Yamcha had a catch, however, that he has a radar in the car that will allow him and Por to know where Goku and the others are at all times. His plan is to collect all 7 Dragon Balls, steal them at the last minute and make his wish, never be shy around women again.
Look guys, today I'm going to explain to you 1989 release series, Dragon Ball Part 2, spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. After narrowly escaping Yamcha's attack, the three headed for Fire Mountain in search of the 6th Dragon Ball. Bulma and Goku are then shocked to learn that the bright sunset they were admiring is actually Fire Mountain. Meanwhile, Yamcha and Pure are chasing Goku's gang. Back in the Diablo Desert, Mai and Shu are returning to Emperor Pilaf without the Dragon Ball. Their fears are then fueled as they are both shocked by electric shock. However, this backfires on Pilaf and is shocked as well. Yamcha and Por claim that they want to see Goku destroyed by the Ox King. A young girl, later revealed as Chichi, screams and runs away from a giant dinosaur, attracting his attention. As they watch in shock, the young girl cuts off the dinosaur's head with a tool on her helmet.
Then she fires a beam from her helmet, evaporating the dinosaur remains. As Yamcha greets him, she tells him not to talk to strangers and tries to do the same to him. Yamcha dodges and slams him to the ground. In Fire Mountain, Goku uses the flying nimbus to reach the castle. The flames are very strong, so Goku burns his tail and falls into a nearby lake. Bulma and Oolong meet the Ox King, who they think is trying to steal his treasure.
Goku jumps on the flying nimbus and flies around the Ox King, making him dizzy. Ox King then asks Goku who gave him the flying nimbus, and Ox King soon learns that Goku has met Master Roshi. He asks Goku where he can find him, as Roshi was the old sensei of the Ox King. The Ox King then learns that Goku is grandfather Gohan's grandson, who was as close to the Ox King as they were brothers. The Ox King then asks Goku if he can get him a Banshu fan from Roshi, as it is the only thing that will put out the flames on Fire Mountain. Goku accepts and then asks the Ox King if he can have the Ox King's Dragon Ball. Ox King then tells Goku that the previous day he had sent his only daughter, Chichi, to retrieve the Banshu fan, but now she is concerned about him as she has not yet returned. Ox King says that Goku can marry Chichi if he himself sets out to find Banshu fan and Chichi. Yamcha and Poor, who overhear the entire conversation, panic as Ox King shows Goku a picture of Chichi and they see that she is the same girl Yamcha had beaten earlier. They begin to worry that they have killed him. Soon, they return to where they left Chichi and see her still on the ground. Yamcha holds her and is relieved to see that she is still breathing. Chichi wakes up and immediately prepares to attack Yamcha. In a panic, Yamcha tells Chichi that he is her secret admirer and loves her. Suddenly Yamacha sees Goku and so he runs away with Poor, while Chichi is busy talking to himself. Goku then sees Chichi and tells him that he is going to help him find Master Roshi. Chichi climbs onto the flying nimbus but in the process pulls Goku's tail. Goku tells him that he loses all his power when someone pulls his tail. Yamcha overhears Goku and is happy to learn of his weakness. Back at the Nimbus and out of the desert, Goku and Chichi stop and ask the dolphins for directions. The duo arrive at Roshi's island and are greeted by Master Roshi and the turtle. Goku and Chichi finally arrive at the Kami house. However, Chichi is a bit skeptical about whether or not he is Master Roshi, so she throws up her helmet blade to see if she can dodge it. He senses the attack but not fast enough to dodge it. While Chichi scolds him, the turtle hermit takes out his Hermit Club card as evidence. Chichi apologizes and removes the blade from Master Roshi's forehead. Master Roshi then talks to Goku in secret and says that if Goku sets him on a date with Bulma, he will let them use the Banshu fan. Goku agrees, and the Master also mentions not telling Chichi about the deal. While searching for the Banshu fan, Turtle mentions that Master Roshi was last using it as a placemat. The Roshi says that he threw it out because it was sticky with the juice spilled on it. Master Roshi then decides to go to Fire Mountain himself to put out the fire. After calling baby Gamera, all three were on their way. Arriving at Fire Mountain, the Ox King rushes to greet his old master. And Master Roshi immediately falls to the ground, circling around makes him dizzy. After scolding the Ox King for killing people over his treasury in his palace, the mighty giant begs his pardon. Meanwhile, Master Roshi pulls Goku and Bulma aside and explains the deal he made with Goku. At first, Bulma becomes very mad, but Master Roshi explains that the Dragon Ball is still inside the castle. Bulma will go on a date with him only when the Roshi puts out the fire. Meanwhile, Yamcha and Pure still stare in amazement. After using his energy and uttering the phrase Kamehameha, Master Roshi releases the energy towards the palace. When it's all over, he returns to his normal self, but everyone mentions that even though the fire is extinguished, the palace is also destroyed. However, Bulma manages to find the Dragon Ball in the wreckage. Master Roshi tells Goku that Kamehameha took him 50 years to perfect. However, Goku completes it in 50 seconds and destroys the capsule car in the process. Again, Goku mentions that it was not as powerful as Master Roshi. Master Roshi is dumbfounded, but after the Ox King mentions that he is grandfather Gohan's grandson, they talk about him briefly. When Bulma sees that Goku has destroyed the car, she is upset. But the Ox King provides the group with a hovercar to use for a good cause. However, before Goku, Bulma and Oolong take off, Master Roshi reminds Bulma of the deal. Quickly, Bulma pulls Oolong aside and asks him to go on a date with Roshi. At first Oolong refused, but after some persuasion from Bulma, he agreed. Oolong then turns into a younger and chubby version of Bulma, much to his annoyance. He transforms into a similar version of Bulma and goes on a date with Master Roshi. On this date, which is nothing more than a walk, Oolong, turned into Bulma's form, shows her chest to Roshi. who completely lays the master on the floor, and the date is effectively over. Looking from afar, the real Bulma can't believe that Oolong has done something like this.
Goku and Chichi talk for a while and both ask if they will think about each other. Chichi asks if Goku will take her as his bride, to which Goku admits he wants her, leading to a misunderstanding. Eventually, the group takes off, and Yamcha and Por follow in their aerial car. Goku, Bulma and Oolong stop in a town to refuel the hovercar while Bulma leaves for shopping. Meanwhile, the people of the town seem to be scared of Bulma. The gas station owner gives them free gas, as he is also afraid of Bulma. Bulma finds a shop that sells dino capsules, and she manages to get $100 worth of them for free, because the shopkeeper is afraid of Bulma. Then, she enters a clothing store and buys some new clothes wearing bunny ears, not even realizing she's wearing them until she looks at herself in the mirror. She takes them off, much to the surprise of the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper asks if she's with the rabbit gang, and she replies that she isn't and doesn't even know who they are. On being cheated, the shopkeeper in anger threw him out of the shop. Suddenly, no one is now afraid of Bulma or paying attention to his presence. Meanwhile, two armed men wearing rabbit ears arrive in the city and start creating trouble, making people fear for their safety. The two men refer to themselves as rabbits. They quickly notice Bulma and proceed to attack her because she is the new girl in town. But she turns down their advances. Goku fights the men and defeats them easily. Then, they ask their boss to come to the city. The boss monster turned out to be a giant rabbit named Monster Carrot. Meanwhile, Yamcha tries to remember something about the monster rabbit from afar. Monster Carrot calls for a truce and offers to shake Bulma's hand. Then, Yamcha remembers that the rabbit touches his weapon. Bulma slaps his hand and turns into a carrot. Goku prepares to go on the offensive, but the monster carrot threatens to eat Bulma if he tries to attack. Goku gives up, and Oolong gets into the hovercar. Then, the rabbits start beating Goku. Yamcha intervenes and takes out the thugs, while Por, now transformed, takes the carrots from Monster Carrot's hands. Yamacha then instructs Goku to use his power pole to take out the monster carrot so that he doesn't have to touch it. Meanwhile, Monster Carrot follows Por. Por hits on pole and falls to the ground, dropping the carrot. Goku, Yamcha and Monster Carrot all jump for the carrot, but Goku uses his power pole to drive the carrot away. Goku and Yamcha avoid touching the monster carrot while keeping Bulma intact. Monster Carrot notices Por and threatens to turn him into carrot, but Por himself turns into Monster Carrot and threatens to touch him. Goku then uses his power pole to kill the monster carrot and threatens to do it again if he doesn't turn Bulma back to normal. Monster Carrot does as he is told, and Bulma returns to normal. Meanwhile, Yamcha and Por run away with Yamcha remarking that it was easier for Bulma to be around when she was a carrot. Later, Oolong returns to the city and is verbally beaten up by Bulma for flying. Oolong also remarks that Bulma was good as a carrot, which angers him. Tying up the rabbits, Goku uses his power pole to take them to the moon. When he comes back to Earth, he explains that if the gang holds a feast for all the children of the world for a full year, he will come up and bring them down. Oolong, Bulma and Goku are getting closer to the final Dragon Ball in their hovercars when Oolong asks Bulma about the wish. Bulma tells Oolong that she plans to have a boyfriend with the Dragon Balls. This upsets Oolong. He can't believe he is risking his life to have a boyfriend. Oolong suggests that they want money or at least something that is beneficial to all of them. Following them, Yamcha and Pure are still on the chase and Yamcha is excited that it is time for them to fulfill their wish. At Pilaf's palace, Emperor Pilaf threatens Mai to quickly fix her Dragon Ball radar or she will be fed to alligators. Mai talks with Pilaf about food to distract her, keeping her off the count to give her more time to recover the radar. She locates a Dragon Ball in the castle and Shu follows the instructions given to her. When Shu finds the Dragon Ball, Pilaf hits him on the head, saying it's the one they already have. Later, a robot bird informs Pilaf that the remaining 6 are on his way and sends Shu and Mai to retrieve them. As Goku, Bulma and Oolong still pass through the Diablo Desert, Mai, who is standing on top of a mushroom, tells Shu via radio that they are on her way. Oolong stops the hovercar and tells Bulma to change his wish, which leads to another argument. Shu, who is in a peel-off machine, destroys the hovercar and steals Bulma's case, which holds all of the Dragon Ball and his Dino Cap. After Shu and Mai go back to Pilaf's palace, Goku sets off on his own to find the Dragon Balls but then sees Shu's used robot suit in the middle of the desert. Goku thinks it is a person and attacks him. The robot collapses, so he assumes it is dead and goes back to rejoin Bulma and Oolong. When Bulma learns that Goku hasn't received the Dragon Balls, she becomes very sad and starts crying. Goku pleases Bulma by saying that they didn't take his Dragon Ball that he was carrying. Yamcha then makes a daring decision and offers them to ride the Dragon Balls. On their way, Bulma tells Yamcha to close her eyes, which confuses and scares her as she thinks she would like to kiss him. However, Bulma just wants to check their dragon radar to make sure they are on the right track. After doing this, Bulma tells Yamcha that he can open his eyes. They go to Emperor Pilaf's palace, and Emperor Pilaf is happy that he will finally have all 7 Dragon Balls. He decides to cast them all in one trap. In an attempt to crush them, the pillars pop out of the ground. Bulma is nearly crushed when Goku engages, but Yamacha saves him. Since Emperor Pilaf's first trap failed, he erected a wall around them, trapping our heroes. Bulma says that she is scared and holds Yamcha, which scares him too. Emperor Pilaf now has 6 of the 7 Dragon Balls. Not knowing that Goku has the 4-star Dragon Ball, Pilaf sends Maya and Shu to search the Dragon Team's hovercar for the 7th ball. While Goku and Yamcha try to break out of their prison, they soon discover that they are being watched by none other than Emperor Pilaf. Bulma then mocks Emperor Pilaf and is captured by one of his machine claws. To do this, Emperor Pilaf was going to give something known as a treatment to Bulma. Trying to make it creepy, he gives Bulma a kiss, then throws her back in his prison with the others. Emperor Pilaf then decided to gas him with yellow. Then, he walks into their prison and falls victim to his own plan. Maya and Shu, with the gas mask, walk in and search for Goku for the final Dragon Ball. Not long after taking the Dragon Ball, Emperor Pilaf woke up. Pilaf and his servants then go out to call Shenron. Without hesitation, they leave the prison door open, escaping the Dragon Ball gang. They begin chasing Emperor Pilaf, but then they run into a giant pinball machine. They are briefly run over by a giant pinball at the end and eventually return to where they started. Goku then uses Kamehameha on the wall, but he only makes a hole small enough for Oolong and Por to transform into bats and fly, which they do. After being summoned, the eternal dragon Shenron is now waiting for a wish. Emperor Pilaf is too nervous in front of the dragon to fulfill his desire to become the ruler of the earth. Oolong turns to the eternal dragon and wishes for the world's most comfortable underwear so that Pilaf's wish cannot be fulfilled at the last minute. Goku uses the Kamehameha wave to break through the wall of the prison. The Dragon Balls turn to stone, and are scattered around the world, not found for another year. This upsets Goku as the former has now lost his grandfather's prized possession. An angry Pilaf orders his henchmen to kill Goku and his friends, and Shu calls the dog police to attack them. Yamcha and Goku fight the dogs, but later Goku has exhausted his energy before using Kamehameha, and is no longer able to retaliate, and Shu and Mai jump down and capture the group. The group ends up in another prison, this time with 3 solid feet of steel to put a damper on any escape plans. Emperor Pilaf planned to fry them with the sun in the morning. It is a full moon, and Goku tells them that a terrifying demon emerges on a full moon, and it once tramples his grandfather Gohan. Although the others are unsure, they tell Goku not to look at the moon, but he immediately sees it. At first, there doesn't seem to be a problem, but then he transforms into a mighty beast, kicking them out of prison in a devastating rampage. Goku, who had turned into a great ape after seeing the full moon, broke out of Emperor Pilaf's cell and began destroying Pilaf's palace. Pilaf, Shu, and Mai, who have been sleeping all the time, wake up and realize that something is destroying Pilaf. Palace. Yamcha, Oolong, Pure, and Bulma all try to escape from the palace, but Bulma sprains her ankle. With Oolong and Por not strong enough to help her, Yamcha must overcome his fear of women and help Bulma escape safely. Meanwhile, furious at the destruction of his palace, Pilaf tells Mai to roam. His plane starts shooting Goku, but it seems to have no effect on him. Then the plane unleashes a heat-seeking missile and takes out the great ape Goku. Then everyone assumes that Goku is indeed dead, and Pilaf starts jumping up and down on his tail. Shu and Mai then recognize that the ape's hands are starting to get shaken, scared. The great ape Goku awakens and is chased by Emperor Pilaf and 2 of his henchmen, who then flee back to their plane and try to escape. Emperor Pilaf and his 2 henchmen, who then fled back to their plane, tried to escape. They fly away, but Goku throws a tower at the plane, causing it to crash. Yamcha finds Bulma trapped under another tower in Pilaf's palace. Yamcha climbs up the tower to take out Bulma, but is chased again by Goku. The ape picks up Bulma and she screams until she passes out. Then Goku begins to lick her, seemingly intending to eat her. Por then mentions that Goku's weak point is his tail, so Yamacha uses his power of the Wolf Fang Fist to break the castle and make a sword out of stone, and he tries to cut off Goku's tail. However, this has no effect, and the sword shatters because it was not sharp enough to cut off the tail. Yamcha then grabs Goku's tail with the help of Oolong, while Por turns into a pair of scissors and cuts it off. Goku leaves Bulma and shrinks back to his normal form, where he is left naked and unconscious. Pilaf is sad about his castle, and he orders Mai and Shu to shoot them all. Pilaf then runs in the other direction, and when Shu and Mai see this, they decide to run away with Pilaf as well. The next morning, Goku doesn't remember anything about his transformation the night before. So the rest of the group agrees not to tell him about it and the fact that he is probably the demon who killed his grandfather, Gohan. Goku then learns that his Dale is gone and assumes that she has run away and is given to cover Oolong's pants. Later, Goku goes back to the ruins of Pilaf's palace to retrieve his power pole. Bulma is mad now that she was not getting a boyfriend, and Yamcha is mad because she is still going to be shy around girls for another year. But then they see each other and enjoy being boyfriend and girlfriend. When Goku returns, Bulma gives him his Dragon Radar so that he can take his grandfather's Dragon Ball in a year, when they will be back to normal. As they decide to part ways, Bulma and Yamcha plan to return to town with Puar and Oolong tagging along. Yamcha then takes out a jet capsule and takes off with everyone else. Goku then climbs onto his flying Nimbus, and heads to Master Roshi's island for training, saying goodbye to Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Puar. Hope you like the video. Make sure to subscribe our channel for more. Thank you and good luck.
Goku is on his way to training with Master Roshi, riding on the Nimbus cloud. Yamcha's airship crashes somewhere deep in the woods. Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong and Puar jump before the accident and are not harmed. After seeing Bulma, a large flying monster, she grabs Yamcha and starts running.
Puar and Oolong follow them. In the other part of the forest, a little boy is walking through the forest. Meanwhile, Goku continues to travel on the flying Nimbus towards Kami house. Goku reaches Master Roshi's house. But Master does not answer the door. Goku goes inside the house through the window and Master Roshi is watching the exercise video. That's why he doesn't pay attention to Goku. So he shouts in Master Roshi's ear. Goku explains he is here to train, but is hungry and wants food. Master Roshi points to the kitchen and asks Goku to take anything he likes from the refrigerator. Then Goku eats everything that is in the fridge. Meanwhile, Bulma and the others are walking through a hot desert only to find that they are heading south, when they should be headed north. Bulma then thinks that she has seen a sandstorm. But it is the same little boy in the forest whose running has blown away the sand. Back at the Kame house, Goku then tells Master Roshi that he is ready to train. Master Roshi tells Goku to find him a young girl first. Goku thinks this is weird, but he agrees. After Master Roshi gives his directions, he learns that Goku's tail is gone. Goku tells Master Roshi that he was probably bored. He then sets out to find the girl. Master Roshi then prepares for the date by dressing in his finest clothes, suit and turtle shell. Then he eagerly waits for Goku to return. Then Goku arrives to bring back a much huge woman. Meanwhile, the little boy is now traveling by boat across the sea. Back at the Kame house, Master Roshi shows Goku what kind of girl he wants. Goku understands and sets off to find him. He soon returns with a beautiful girl. Master Roshi then asks Goku to ask him to accompany him. Goku agrees and soon Master tells Roshi that she does not want to walk, but to swim. Master Roshi is very excited now. He then runs to meet her, only to find that she is a mermaid. Master Roshi then tries to use some of his charm, only to be punched in the eye by the mermaid who then swims away. Roshi then tells Goku to look for another young girl. The little boy then comes to the Kami house. He jumps from his boat to Master Roshi's island, landing first in the sand. Then Goku helps him. The boy tells his name as Krillin. Hi. He tells Master Roshi that he has come to take training from him. But Master Roshi refuses. Krillin then reassures her with some magazines. Master Roshi then asks Krillin to help Goku find a young girl and then they will both receive training. Krillin then tries to jump on the flying Nimbus, only to fall. Master Roshi then tells Krillin that only people with a pure heart can ride on the cloud. With guilt, Goku and Krillin board the flying Nimbus in search of the one. Krillin can't ride on the cloud, so he travels on Goku's back. In the end, they find a blonde bank robber named Launch, who mysteriously turns into a kind, blue-haired girl when she sneezes. After the award is given, Master Roshi begins training the two fighters. They get up every day at 4 in the morning to give milk. They also have to climb hundreds of steps to get to the monk's house. They also have to swim in the shark-infested lake, and plow the farmer's field with only their bare hands. For 8 months of long training, Goku, Krillin, Master Roshi, Bulma, Yamcha, Puar and Oolong go to the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. After the preliminaries, which involve Krillin taking revenge on his old bullies, come the quarterfinals. First match. Krillin vs Bacterian. Bacterial, the world's stinkest fighter. He had never taken a bath from the day he was born. The bacterium uses its disgusting smell to deter its opponent. Krillin begins to defend himself, but Bacteria launched an attack on him that involves him blowing off his foul breath. He then rubs his hand on his crotch and uses it on Krillin. Bacterian has Krillin cornered. But Krillin finds an opening under Bacterian's feet. But Bacterian, literally, sits on Krillin. Bacterian begins to jump up and smash Krillin. A bacterial load is being applied to Krillin. The bacteria exert a strong, powerful and extremely foul-smelling footstep throughout Krillin's body, leaving him paralyzed. The smell is so powerful that the World Tournament announcers and everyone around the ring have to stop covering their noses and put on gas masks, and Krillin completely lets the bacterium go. Breathing a sigh of relief, the bacterium sits on the Krillin in full force. The bacterium then proceeds to rub its large butt on the much smaller Krillin. It seems as though Krillin has been defeated. But when Goku helps Krillin realize he has no nose, he easily defeats Bacterian by giving him a whiff of his own medicine by releasing flatulence in his face. Krillin then goes on to the semifinals. Match second start with Yamcha vs Jackie Chun. Yamcha, eager to win, launches a powerful offense against Jackie Chun. He is immediately surprised by Jackie Chun's incredible speed. As he fails to strike a single blow, including his trademark attack Wolf Fang Fist. Jackie Chun counterattacked by turning his hand towards Yamcha, creating a huge gust of wind. The force of the wind pushes Yamcha out of bounds, although Jackie Chun didn't actually hit him. Yamcha is surprised when he is easily defeated by the old man. He then suspects Jackie Chun to be Master Roshi in disguise. The mysterious Jackie Chun went to the semifinals. Match third start with Nam vs Ranfan. Jackie uses telepathy to read Nam's mind to see why he is taking the tournament so seriously. It turns out that the Nam is from a desert village that has recently had a poor harvest due to an apparent drought, and will not make it through the next 2 months, without water until the rainy season begins. Noom has entered the tournament, so that he can take water from the prize money, and go back to his village. Ranfan's main strategy is to use female characteristics to his advantage. Whenever Nam is about to deliver a serious blow, she gets scared and cries. When Nam stops to see if she is okay, she attacks him, being defenseless. Realizing that his previous strategy won't work, Ranfan pulls his ace into the hole he takes off in his underwear. Nam loses his concentration, and is too nervous to fight back. Ranfan slowly walks towards him, and Nam backs away until he is at the edge of the ring. Thinking of his friends and family in the village who are in dire need of water, Nam again turns his attention. Ranfan launched the attack, but, with his eyes closed, Nam dodged and counterattacked, knocking Ranfan out of the ring. Match 4 fight start with Goku vs Hiron. Goku attempts to get Hiron out of the ring, although being able to fly, Hiron is able to return to the ring. Hiron uses his merry-go-round gum to tie up Goku and then punches him, and tries to end the fight by throwing him out of bounds. Goku is able to use his flying nimbus to escape from a ring, for which the referee rules in his favor for committing the first offense, but warns him to be disqualified if he does so again, will be given. Goku is then rescued by the appearance of his regrown tail, which was cut off at the end of the Dragon Ball Part 2, which clasps onto Jiron's arm at the time of impact. Goku manages to break free of the gum thanks to his newfound strength, then tests it on one of the walls of the arena, completely destroying it. Seeing this terrible feat, Hiron raises the white flag, and victory goes to Goku. First semi-final match and fifth match start with Krillin vs Jackie Chun. He launches attacks that Jackie Chun says he actually had to try to avoid. Jackie Chun then went on the offensive, hitting Krillin so fast that the little fighter never even saw him. Krillin watches the next time more carefully, and is able to counterattack. The two fight at each other that no one can chase except Goku. At the announcer's request, the two repeat their confrontation in slow motion. At this point, Krillin learns that he will not be able to defeat Jackie Chun in a fair fight. Recalling Jackie Chun's earlier call to Ranfan, Krillin tries a desperate trick. He throws a pair of panties into the ring. Jackie Chun loses control of himself, and leaps to the underwear. Krillin attacks Jackie Chun, flying him through the air and sending him out of the ring. The announcer declares a win for Krillin, but Jackie Chun does not finish. Using Kamehameha, Jackie Chun lures himself back into the ring, leaving Yamcha, who is now certain that Jackie Chun is actually Master Roshi. Jackie Chun appears behind Krillin, who is quite bewildered, and delivers a heavy blow to the young fighter's back for the victory. Match 6 start with Goku vs Nam. The two fighters are fairly evenly matched, with the discipline of the Noom helping to keep up with Goku's strength. But when Goku starts using his whirlwind to stand up after spinning attack, Nam sees an opening. He takes to the sky, and uses the full force of his body to perform a deadly cross-arm dive on Goku's neck. Although the name claims that no man can wake up before 10 days after that strike, Goku just barely makes it past the 10 count. Nam again takes to the sky to attempt the attack, but this time Goku follows him. Although neither can effectively fight in the air, Goku has an idea. He hits the ground before Nam makes. Nam think he might be able to use his cross-arm dives again. But as Nam nears the ground, Goku jumps up and kicks Nam, who can't maneuver in the air, and sends Nam out of bounds. After the fight, Nam congratulates Goku and leaves with a heavy heart. Jackie Chun confronts him before he leaves, gives Nam a capsule and tells him that the water in the city is too high. Nam doesn't even have to pay for it. When Nam asks Jackie Chun how he knows so much, Jackie Chun reveals that he is actually Master Roshi. He tells Nam that when he realized that one of his students could win the tournament, he entered disguised. He didn't want any of them to win, for fear that if they did they would stop training. He wanted to defeat them both and show them that there will always be a better fighter. Nam repays Master Roshi back by pretending to be him in order to make sure his students and Yamcha don't find out the truth. Final match start with Goku vs Jackie Chun. The fight begins with some taunts and ends with a Kamehameha wave fight. The ring almost bursts. Jackie Chun then uses a double after image, and Goku always hits the image. True Jackie Chun gets behind Goku and kicks him over a wall. Goku wakes up and uses the triple after image. And because Jackie Chun has only used a double, he cannot see Goku coming up from the air and crushes him. Jackie Chun then uses Drunken Fist in which he appears alcoholic.
Goku fails to dodge his trick. Goku then acts like a monkey and seriously injures old Jackie Chun with his tail. Jackie Chun then appears to be creating a Kamehameha wave, but it was actually a hypnotic move that puts Goku asleep. Goku soon wakes up and uses his grandfather's trick rock, paper, scissors. However, he was using rock when he shouted paper, and was able to hurt Jackie Chun in his eye. Jackie Chun then becomes quite paranoid and uses his deadly lightning strike which strikes Goku. It seemed that only Goku's grandfather, Grandpa Gohan, survived the attack. When Goku was about to give up, he sees the full moon and turns into a great apes. Everyone is shocked and runs away, except for Goku's friends and the world tournament announcer. But Jackie Chun uses the classic Kamehameha wave, and seems to have killed Goku, but actually destroyed the moon to prevent further transformations. Because Goku is naked, he borrows Krillin's clothes. To Jackie Chun's surprise, Goku has enough energy to wave another Kamehameha, which Jackie Chun can only avoid by jumping. Goku uses this opportunity to push Jackie Chun out of bounds. And he appears to be right outside the ring. Goku's victory is declared, but Jackie Chun draws attention to how he managed to land. As he was falling, he was able to put his left foot into the edge of the ring, only barely managing to stay off the ground. Jackie Chun climbs back into the ring, and then tells to only use physical movements because he used too many energy attacks and both are now exhausted. After a lot of punching and kicking, they both accuse each other and both are hit by the other's strong jump kick. The referee starts a count for each of them. When no one is up until the end of the count, he is the first to announce to stand up and say, "I am the world champion. Will be the winner." At first, Goku stands up, but collapses before he can finish the sentence. Jackie Chun then slowly lifts himself up and stays for a bit before finally uttering the phrase, thus declaring him the world champion. Master Roshi then takes everyone to dinner, and plans to pay with his prize money, since he is Jackie Chun, but because Goku eats so much, the money is almost completely spent. Goku, Krillin, Master Roshi, Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Puar decide where to go after the tournament is over. Krillin decides to stay with Master Roshi. Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong and Puar decide to return to the city. Goku decides to seek out the 4-star Dragon Ball, still believing that it is actually his grandfather, Gohan. Because of this, Bulma lets Goku borrow the Dragon Radar. Meanwhile, Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong and Puar are driving in a desert. At the same time, Goku is riding a Nimbus. The scene then moves to the eponymous village, where he releases the water, only to find that there is still not enough to sustain the village long enough. Nam's father then tells of Roaming Lake, a lake that travels to drought-stricken villages and supplies them with water. The Nam begins the discovery of this lake. Goku is going through the desert on a flying Nimbus. But he is thirsty, he finds a lake, gets take off his clothes and jumps into it. On the other hand, Nam is caught by the beast. Seeing Nam in trouble, Goku comes to help him. Then it shows Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong and Por sitting outside in the heat. Oolong and Por turn into an umbrella and a fan to help out. The scene turns back to Goku to help Nam. Goku easily beat the beast. Nam tells Goku about his problem, and he and Goku set out to search the lake. Soon, they come across a part of the river which flows into the Nam's village, but here it is full of water and surrounded by lush green vegetation. The river soon heads towards a dam which appears to restrict its flow. They fly away, and find a bunch of giraffes playing in the water. Goku hides and Noom talks to him. They refuse to bring down the dam, so Nam begs. Hiras starts beating Noom, but Goku comes in the middle of the fight and defeats all the Hiras. Then there comes the leader of Hira, they call their leader, who turns out to be Hiron. Hiron reveals that the dam is made of merry-go-round gum, and is unbreakable. Goku waves Kamehameha at him, and he breaks down. Goku and Nam return to their village, then a big dust storm comes. Bulma, Yamcha, Oolong, and Puar struggle to reach their car. The people of the village are running towards their homes. The dust storm passes, and Bulma's car is completely covered in sand and they are driven back to the South City. Meanwhile, all the water in the village of Nam has gone. When all seems lost, Goku sees something shining from afar. This is a roaming lake, and it has found its way to the village. All the people of the village drink it and are very happy. After that, Goku is looking for 4-star Dragon Ball. Meanwhile, Emperor Pilaf is having flashbacks of Goku destroying his castle. A boy comes, and steals all of Goku's clothes, power pole, backpack and dragon radar. Goku comes out of the water in search of his belongings and discovers that it has been stolen. He summons the flying Nimbus and flies naked at it. Goku is unable to find the thief because of the dense forest. He decided to raise his power pole until it was taller than the trees. The thief goes insane, and releases everyone except Dragon Radar. The thief goes into town and pawns off the owner of the pawn shop. Emperor Pilaf is in town and buys a 4-star Dragon Ball from a pawn shop. Goku arrives at the pawn shop and retrieves his Dragon Radar, and chases Emperor Pilaf to his 4-star Dragon Ball. Emperor Pilaf flies away in his airship. The Red Ribbon Army arrives at the pawn shop shortly thereafter and finds the 4-star Dragon Ball. The pawn shop dealer has a box full of fake 4-star Dragon Balls in the back room. They know it's fake, and when Colonel Silver drops it, it breaks into pieces. Radar is actually reacting to the 6-star Dragon Ball in a gull's nest above the pawn shop. The Red Ribbon Army is furious, so they kill the shop owner. Goku continues to chase Pilaf's flying fortress but collapses when Emperor Pilaf opens the window for him. Goku saves him while Shu and Mai fix the fake Dragon Ball with glue and give Goku the fake 4-star Dragon Ball. But Goku leaves him and he breaks down. Meanwhile, in Fire Mountain, Chichi thinks that Goku is coming because of a local astrologer, and since she wants to marry him. Ox King decides to have a feast while the birds head outside who had the 6-star ball. It is eaten by a pterodactyl and the bird is knocked over by the Ox King, who decides to fry it as part of the feast. Emperor Pilaf's radar intercepts the signal coming from the Ox King's village, and after hearing his fearful reputation attacks the front, and instead Shu is dressed up as Goku enough to steal the ball. Goku follows his own Dragon Radar and stops by a nearby apple tree and soon finds Chichi picking flowers for a wedding in a field. Back at the feast, the Ox King continues to provide for the fake Goku when suddenly the mysterious military force, the Red Ribbon Army led by Colonel Silver, following the signal of the 6-star ball, attacks the village. The Ox King tries to fight back, but against an onslaught of tanks and heavy weapons, he proves to be no match and is captured. During the distraction, Pilaf snatches the Dragon Ball from inside the pterodactyl and drops it into his ship. Goku and Chichi see smoke coming from a nearby village, so they go to investigate.
Red Ribbon Army now begins to pursue Pilaf's flying fortress. Emperor Pilaf sneaks up on him and fires missiles, which hit the plane. At Fire Mountain Village, Goku and Chichi defeat some Red Ribbon Army men and rescue Ox King. Later, Goku says goodbye to Chichi, which leaves her very disappointed, since she sees that Goku doesn't know what the wedding was when he thought it was a meal. At this point, the mysterious army also invades the village. Goku then becomes involved in a fight between Emperor Pilaf and the mystery force. Eventually, Emperor Pilaf falls victim to the Red Ribbon Army after parachuting from his airport to escape Goku. He is forced to hand over the Dragon Ball to the army, led by Colonel Silver. Colonel Silver's reputation as a boxing expert, Goku heads into the woods. Goes and stays together some monkeys. Colonel Silver and his men arrive and begin sabotaging the forest, but Goku defeats them. The next day, he quickly obtains a second Dragon Ball and rides on his flying Nimbus, only to be blown up into smithereens by a bazooka piloted by Colonel Silver. Goku becomes frustrated and furious as Colonel Silver tries to grab his Dragon Ball. He defeats Colonel Silver without preparation, for his failure when he returns to Red Ribbon Army headquarters. The Red Army guard to stop him. Colonel Silver calmly exits the door, locks it behind him, and is chased by guards. However, it is implied that Silver has been discontinued due to its failure. After that, Goku, using the robbed transport from Colonel Silver's capsule box, crashes near a snowy village called Jingle Village. There a girl named Suno brings it to her house and defrosts it. Suno only lives with her mother, but then we learn that her father and the other men were forced to enlist the help of the Red Ribbon Army to find the Dragon Ball. The Jingle Village chief has been kidnapped and is now being held hostage in Muscle Tower, a large palace in the middle of the icy tundra. Goku to save the village chief and kill some soldiers before using his power pole to climb his way up to the entrance of the tower. The Muscle Tower is headed by General White and has some great defenses that Goku must go through. Goku walks through the first floor easily because he has some Red Ribbon Army soldiers, named as Major Metalitron, sits and wait for its target. As Goku climbs up to confront him, he soon learns that this is no ordinary opponent and even remarks that his tremendous strength to withstand Goku's attacks has made him the world's best. Major took out a large missile from his mouth. And after Goku comes home with his target locking mechanism, we learn he's a mechanized robot. Goku blasts him with a big Kamehameha, chops off his head and leaves him for dead. Next, Goku faces the deadly ninja Murasaki, who holds the full rank and title of Sergeant Major Purple. Murasaki whispers to him, but does not reveal his location, throwing deadly sharks and shuriken at Goku. Goku also manages to match his speed to prove that he has been beaten. After Goku continues to fool Murasaki, the ninja falls apart, calling on his four brothers from within to aid him in his fight. As a last resort, Ninja Murasaki decides to free Android 8 from its cage. Then we learn that Android 8 hates violence and will not obey its orders. After Goku disposes of the Ninja Murasaki, Goku and Ader, the nickname Goku gives Android 8, reach the top of the Muscle Tower, but General White opens a trapdoor, sending them back to a dungeon. However, Goku and Android 8 aren't alone in the dark room. The monster Bouillon shows itself. After making several maneuvers against the Goku monster, he finds it impervious to normal attack. Bouillon tries to swallow Android 8, but Goku stops him. Then he breaks the wall and lets the icy air in. Goku hides an Android 8 jacket as Bouillon freezes. Then Goku jumps out and kicks him. The Bouillon begins to crack and eventually disintegrates. The threat was not over when Goku and Android 8 walk back up. General White shows his muscles before being knocked away by Goku. However, White takes advantage of Goku's weakness by grabbing his tail and rendering him helpless. Goku gets back up, angrier than ever, and pats General White. As a last resort, General White captures the village chief as a prisoner and draws a gun to his head, threatening to kill him. He then requests that Goku turn around. Goku, as gullible as he is, listens. After Goku turns his back, General White shoots him in the head. Goku falls after being shot directly to the head. Android 8 now becomes furious and runs towards General White, who proceeds to vacate his weapon. Android 8 then mustered up enough courage and punches the frightened General White so hard that he painfully jumps straight out of the brick wall of Muscle Tower and sneaks in the sky, will never be seen again. Goku, Android 8, and Village Chief exit the Muscle Tower, before Android 8 completely knocks the tower to the ground. Android 8 gives Goku a Dragon Ball that he found and kept. He is welcome to stay in the village, but he says he has a bomb inside that may explode and doesn't want to pose a threat. It is then decided that they should go to Dr. Floppe, a scientist who can help them. Goku also decides to go to fix his newly broken Dragon Radar, which will help him find the remaining Dragon Balls. Suno also joins them as they make their way through the cold climate to Dr. Floppe's cabin. However, they are unaware that they are being pursued by Ninja Murasaki, who has survived the collapse of the Muscle Tower. We learned later that Dr. Flap helped create Android 8 for the Red Ribbon Army. As Ninja Murasaki makes his presence known, he tries to steal Goku's Dragon Balls and escapes on a turbo jet ski. Goku follows him up a snowy mountain and shoots a Kamehameha wave, starting an avalanche in which Ninja Murasaki is trapped. Dr. Flap deflects the bomb from Android 8 but says he cannot fix Goku's Dragon Radar. Goku throws a bomb into the sky and it accidentally lands on an unsuspecting Ninja Murasaki, killing him. Then, with a little luck, Goku discovers that his flying Nimbus hasn't been destroyed and calls him back. Goku then heads to the West City to find Bulma, who should be able to fix the broken Dragon Radar. At first Goku doesn't know his way, but then a police officer helps him find Capsule Corporation, which is Bulma's current residence. Bulma has found a way to ride the flying Nimbus by arming himself with a device he invented and putting Goku in his shirt. After fixing the radar, they fly over the Nimbus and head to Dreamland, a new amusement park where Yamcha, Oolong and Pure can also be found. But trouble comes in the form of Husky, a thief hired by the Red Ribbon Army to steal Goku's Dragon Balls. Husky tries to trick Yamcha into stealing the Dragon Balls, and almost succeeds before being tracked down by Goku. She places a bomb in the amusement park but Goku deactivates it and foils Husky's plan. After that, Goku and Bulma ride aboard the flying Nimbus until sunset to find the remaining Dragon Balls.
Goku and Bulma then set out in search of the nearest Dragon Ball, which is located in the ocean. While locating Dragon Ball, Bulma is left alone on an island as Goku explores the area. Bulma meets two Red Ribbon Army scouts who threaten to abuse her. Then Goku appears and defeat the two of them. The next Dragon Ball is located somewhere underwater, and try not to swim far enough for Bulma to realize that they can only get access to it using a submarine. They borrow a submarine from Master Roshi in exchange for a shrink device invented by Bulma that Master Roshi intended to use to spy on the launch in the bathroom. He was later joined by Krillin. After leaving Master Roshi and resuming their initial plan to the island and obtain the Dragon Balls, they encounter unexpected trouble along the way. General Blue, the handsome but high elite leader of the Blue headquarters at an island outpost, receives word from Commander Red that he has to retrieve the Dragon Balls. He is also informed of the past failure of both Colonel Silver and General White in completing this mission. After receiving his broadcast from Commander Red, he calls for a meeting, where hundreds of soldiers line up and he speaks to his men to express his loyalty to the Red Ribbon Army. The Red Ribbon Army also learns of Goku's relationship with Master Roshi, whom they believe to be an old scientist who invented Goku's Dragon Radar. Once the Red Ribbon Army has confirmed the location of Kami House, General Blue sends a group of soldiers, Company B, to dispose of the turtles and capture Master Roshi so that he can serve as a scientist for them be able to work. The arrogant captain begins threatening Master Roshi. However, Master Roshi is fully aware of his abilities and punches the captain in the chest and then subdues his men with the help of an angry launch. Goku and his friends use the submarine to enter the underwater cave. But behind them is a large submarine commanded by General Blue and his men who proceed to attack with missiles and torpedoes. Under attack, Goku and friends reach the end of an underwater cave that opens up to a hidden underwater and underground pirate base. When Goku tells Bulma and Krillin that he had encountered the Red Ribbon Army before, Bulma yells at them for not telling them about it earlier. Goku, being ignorant, tells him that he did not ask him about it. They quickly abandon their submarine and run away. General Blue orders his men to pursue Goku, who encounters a booby trap. It is activated whenever someone steps on sensitive floors, resulting in spears being shot across the wall. To defeat the trap, Goku and Krillin leap onto the sensitive part of the floor, which is covered with black switches. Goku uses his power pole to help Bulma overcome. An adventure ensues and forces Goku and his friends to fight a pirate robot in the pirates' abandoned hideout. Goku and his friends manage to defeat the robot. Goku then comes across a huge octopus, which he is forced to eliminate. Surprisingly, General Blue choked to death by squeezing the eel in his bare hands. Obviously, his powers are far above the supernatural and he is not easily brought down. Once there, Krillin and Bulma sink underwater and return to a secret underground pirate complex full of treasure. General Blue arrives and announces that the Dragon Ball will be handed over to him. Frightened by his presence, Bulma attempts to seduce General Blue, only to find that he is not attracted to women. A disciplined and militant man, General Blue accepts Krillin's challenge. A fight ensues, and Krillin is defeated, when General Blue unleashes his telekinetic ability, rendering his opponent helpless by freezing his muscles. Goku arrives just when General Blue is about to kill Krillin by smashing his head with a rock. Goku and General Blue fight, with Goku getting some hits. General Blue gets so furious, he pumps his body. General Blue emerges the winner because of his ability to paralyze his opponents. However, just as General Blue is about to finish Goku with a shotgun in the face, a mouse runs away. General Blue, who hates rats, screams and breaks the spell of telekinesis, allowing Goku to defeat him with one quick strike. The cave under the sea collapses, and Bulma, Krillin, and Goku narrowly escape from the crumbling cave. General Blue is astonished to see all the wealth around him before plunging around the cave. Although he is wounded, Blue makes it out of the cave, putting his supernatural survival skills to good use. Eventually, Goku finds the Dragon Ball, although it was a 3-star ball and not a 4-star ball. Realizing that Goku won't stop looking for the Dragon Balls until he finds his grandfather's, Bulma angrily suggests to him that she'll never ever help him out again. Since Goku never told him and Krillin about the Red Ribbon Army. General Blue, who was left dead, recovers, and comes out to sea to find Goku's location. A soldier who tries to hide from Goku, Krillin and Bulma breathes a sigh of relief, only to meet an unforgiving General Blue, who proceeds to kill him to show his enemies fear. He then proceeds to jump off a plane in between and secretly lands on Master Roshi's island. General Blue then takes a piece of rope and controls it with his telekinesis, causing the rope to entangle Goku, Krillin, Bulma, Master Roshi and the turtle. He then drops a ticking bomb and bids farewell to the heroes in German, Auf Wiedersehen. He steals their Dragon Balls and then proceeds to fly in a jet. The launch comes just in time and breaks Goku loose from the rope. Goku takes the bomb and throws it into the sky, barely surviving its devastating explosion for seconds. Then Goku swiftly chases General Blue in the middle of the air and causes him to crash into a very strange place known as Penguin Village. General Blue meets Sorman, who thinks highly of himself. General Blue tells him he needs his own vehicle. Sorman puts on his superhero suit, but is quickly frightened by General Blue once the militant elite crush the entire phone booth with his bare hands. General Blue tells him he needs his own vehicle. After Blue's hijacked car has an engine problem, a little boy named Abachaman comes running on the highway and helps General Blue recover his stolen car. General Blue automatically finds Young attractive. Abachaman then runs away, having completed his auxiliary duty. General Blue continues along the highway until he comes to the village of Arale. After both General Blue and Goku meet the island's residents, including Arale Norimaki, the two are led by Doctor. There is a showdown in Slump's house. General Blue once again manages to get the upper hand on Goku by using his telekinesis, and nearly kills Goku, but Arale Norimaki saves him by beheading General Blue and sends him flying through the air. After General Blue lands, he has obtained Goku's original Dragon Radar, but has lost the Dragon Balls. He is seen calling from a land like Egypt to report the temporary failure to the Red Ribbon Army headquarters. After Turbo Norimaki creates a new Dragon Radar, Goku thanks this strange family and continues his search. Red Ribbon soldiers are searching for a Dragon Ball that is currently inside a volcano in the Holy Land of Karin. The volcano erupts and sends the Dragon Ball, 4-star ball, to the camp of the defenders of the land. Upa and his father Bora live here. The Red Ribbon Army follows the ball to the camp and demands it be handed over. Upa's father proceeds to eliminate him and the last remaining soldiers. Captain Yellow, radio back to headquarters. Commander Red yells at him and he comes back. In desperation, he kidnaps Upa as a ransom for the ball, but then Goku comes. Goku beats him and saves Upa. As a saving his child, Bora gives to Goku the 4-star ball. At the same time, General Blue is returning to Red Ribbon Army headquarters, while Commander Red is in the process of hiring mercenary Tao. General Blue walks up to them and seeing him without Dragon Ball, makes Red angry. Red makes fight between General Blue and mercenary Tao, the mercenary Tao to prove himself, and see if it is really the Tao of the mercenary, not some deceitful one. The fight is intense, none of Blue's attacks had any effect, even his paralyzing techniques. It ends with Tao using his tongue to attack Blue's temple and kill him. Satisfied, Commander Red hires him to kill Goku and retrieve the Dragon Balls. The mercenary Tao then cuts off a piece of a pillar and uses it as a ride to the land of Karin. When the mercenary Tao arrives, as Tao introduces himself to Goku, identifying himself as a hitman, and explaining to Goku that he has hired by Red Ribbon Army to kill Goku. Bora fights him, with spear but Tao, the mercenary, brutally kills him his own spear. Enraged, Goku plunges into a fierce battle against the world's deadliest killer. He tries his Kamehameha, but it destroys all of the mercenary Tao's clothes. The mercenary Tao retaliates with his Doden Ray, who knocks out Goku, yet the mercenary Tao thinks he killed him. The 4-star ball that Goku received earlier was in his shirt and caused most of the explosion. Absorbed. The mercenary Tao takes the other balls and leaves to get a new robe. When the Tao comes to a tailor, he gives the man 3 days to make a new robe or the Tao will kill him. He then checks into a hotel and calls Red Ribbon headquarters. Red informs him of the missing ball, and the Tao tells him that he will get it back in 3 days, when his new robe is ready. Back in Karin's land, Goku wakes up before Upa can bury him. During the conversation, Goku learns about the story of the Karin Tower. Legend has it that whoever can climb to the top will be given holy water which will greatly increase his power. This is perfect for Goku, who needs strength to defeat the mercenary Tao. Goku vows to use the Dragon Balls to bring back Upa's father and begins his ascent to the tower. He reaches the top after a very long climb and meets Karin, who turns out to be a short, fat, talking cat. Before Goku explains his position, Karin reads his mind and understands why Goku want the water. He will give water to Goku on one condition, that Goku get it from Karin. Goku tries to retrieve the water, but Karin is too fast for him and easily dodges him. Feeling defeated, Karin is told that 300 years ago Master Roshi was the last person to receive water from Karin. Not only this, it took Master Roshi 3 years to do it. The two of them retire for the night and we see a Senzu being for the first time when Karin gives one to Goku to restore his energy. He then throws Goku's 4-star ball out of the tower and Goku jumps behind him. He goes down and retrieves the ball, then climbs back up the tower again in very quick time. Goku pulled the dove out and grabbed it using his tail to save it from falling. He drinks the water and finds out that it is just tap water and comes from strength training. Satisfied, Goku thanks Karin and leaves. Tao finally gets his new robe and comes back to finish the job, only this time it's Goku defeating the mercenary Tao. He tries his trump card, Doden Ray, but Goku is able to block it. Proud, Goku told the mercenary Tao from the Karin Tower about his strength and the mercenary Tao immediately climbed the tower to obtain the power for himself. Karin manages to fool him with some magic and, the mercenary Tao, returns to end the fight, finding himself stronger now. When he comes back, he is giving Goku everything he has and he seems to be winning. That is, until Goku showed him that he was not getting serious. Goku then proceeds to kill the mercenary Tao, who surrenders to betray Goku. During this fake surrender, he throws a grenade at Goku and goes upstairs to escape the explosion. Goku is not a fool and he kicks the grenade up to the mercenary Tao, where it explodes and possibly kills him. Having collected the rest of the Dragon Balls, Goku now heads to the Red Ribbon headquarters to collect the other 2 balls. Then we see a short segment with Colonel Violet, the only female high-ranking officer in the Red Ribbon Army. She receives a ball for a reward and that's about it. Meanwhile, Bulma builds a flying camera to chase Goku when he learns that he is going straight behind the Red Ribbon Army. Worried about him, Bulma makes a phone call with Turtle's advice and calls Yamcha, Por, and Dulong. Yamcha arrives by plane and accompanies the rest of the crew to rescue Goku. However, Bulma is still mad at Yamcha for what happened to Husky before. Meanwhile, Goku is passing through the Red Ribbon Army's security system, as he thinks he is mercenary Tao coming back too. By the time they realize it is him, it was too late. Goku jumps off his flying Nimbus and easily rips apart the Red Ribbon Army. He fights Commander Red, who leaves his assistant to fight Goku. Goku and Black then fight, with Black pledging that he will allow Goku to see the commander. In pieces, although Black manages to hold his own against Goku, Goku was still the better fighter, and managed to get Black out of the window. Unfortunately, Red watches the entire fight from within his office and decides to activate a trap ceiling, hoping to kill Goku. Celebrating Goku's death, Commander Red prepares for his wish. Contrary to what he had led his army to believe, it was not about world domination, but to be taller in reality. Staff Officer Black escaped and out of his precarious position, listened to Red's true wishes, and confronted Commander Red. Claiming that it was a selfish goal that had nothing to do with the Red Ribbon Army, Commander Red justifies that desire will not only make him grand, but also enlarge his army, saying that Black doesn't understand his plans. Black then tells him that Red's lame plan is to kill the entire army for nothing. Red then states that he is the Red Ribbon Army, and that his desire to grow taller is for the good of everyone in the army, adding that he had to spend most of his life as a pebble in the land of giants, getting sick due to his talent being limited in a small body. Black condemns her as having no loyalty, saying that the commander sold her to satisfy his vanity. Red then explains that Black will never be a leader in this life, because he is just a shortcoming and a wrong guy, citing such a station as being pathetic for a man in this day and age. Black retaliated by ending the life of the commander, shooting him in the head while addressing the Red Ribbon Army's own plans to usher in an era of greatness, with the conquest of the planet being the first order of business. Goku reveals that he had survived, then is invited by Black to join the Red Ribbon Army, which he plans to rename the Black Ribbon Army. But Goku refuses, and they fight once again. With only Staff Officer Black, in the end we see as if Goku is about to lose.
The gang rushes to aid Goku's attack against the Red Ribbon Army headquarters. It seems that Goku really needs it this time. As the newly emerged Commander Black and Goku go head to head, the remaining members of the Red Ribbon Army run for their lives and leave the base entirely. Using his battle jacket, a giant robot that can be controlled from within, Commander Black takes the upper hand. However, Goku's incredible strength proves to be too much for Commander Black, so Black attempts to escape. Goku won't let him get away this time as he grabs a flagpole, leans back and guides himself towards Black. Goku breaks the battle jacket and destroys it. The infamous Red Ribbon Army has failed and Goku retrieves 2 more Dragon Balls, bringing his total to 6. Goku meets his friends and he tells them the news. His friends are shocked that the Red Ribbon Army was defeated by a kid, Goku. He's only 1 Dragon Ball away from resurrecting Upa's father. Master Roshi thinks of Goku's abilities and sees Goku attacking directly
and crushing the Red Ribbon Army. The Red Ribbon Army had weapons, firepower and resources, but Goku managed to defeat them. Roshi also states that if he himself had fought the Red Ribbon Army, he would have fought them differently, claiming that Goku might be stronger than him. Goku says that he must use the will granted by the Eternal Dragon, Shenron, to bring Upa's father, Bora, back from the dead. Bora was killed by the mercenary Tao. They all agree and go back to Kami House to fix the Dragon Radar. Bulma tells the gang that the radar is working and that the Dragon Ball must be hidden or inside an animal's stomach. Master Roshi tells the group that fortune teller Baba can help him, she is Master Roshi's sister. They decide to go see him. Bulma decides that it is time to go home and see her parents. Pure, Yamcha and Krillin will help Goku, while Master Roshi stays home with the launch. Next, the gang heads to the fortune teller Baba's palace. At Baba's palace, they meet the ghost usher, whose smile is terrifying. Meanwhile, the people in front of him are seriously injured. When he returns from his session with the fortune teller Baba, he is thoroughly beaten up. The gang sees that there is something here. Goku the fortune teller keeps playing with Baba's name. Besides, it's a palace, not a house. Baba's introduction is very good. It looks like she will help them find the last Dragon Ball, but it will cost a lot, which they don't have. Fortune teller Baba tells them that another way is to fight and win with their 5 fighters, which they agree to do. The battle begins, with Goku and his friend versus fortune teller Baba's demonic minister. Rewards: location of the last Dragon Ball. Baba rules out that a fighter is defeated if he falls or gives up in the lake around the stage. First up, Krillin, who has to face off against a warrior with a real bite. Fangs the vampire. Krillin underestimates his enemy and ends up at a loss. Having trouble adjusting to the fangs as his bat, the fangs hide behind him, grabbing him and sucking blood from his head. This causes Krillin to lose a lot of blood, leaving him exhausted and unable to fight to his best, allowing Fangs to easily defeat him by using his Muay Thai skills to knock him off the stage. Goku and his friends discuss their plan and decide that Upa and Pure should fight together for the next match that Baba allows due to their size and age. Despite having no real prowess in combat, the two use a series of anti-vampire attacks with Upa, exposing the fangs to garlic breath and posing as a Christian cross, while Por transforms into a hedgehog to escape the fatal bite of Fangs. This results in Fang's defeat when Por transforms into a giant hand and slaps Fang into the lake as he attempts to escape. Yamcha next steps onto the stage to fight his next opponent and asks Baba where he is. Baba says that he is already with them, leading Yamcha to believe that his opponent is a bug, but he soon learns that he must face a difficult opponent, see through the Invisible Man. He punches briefly while Yamacha shots nothing but air, but then Krillin has an idea and tells Goku to quickly bring Master Roshi and Bulma to them. When all else fails, Yamcha relies on his second sense, listening. He tables soon turn when Krillin and the others begin supporting See-Through, who begins to verbally respond to Krillin. The Invisible Man loses his element of wonder and starts getting beaten up by Yamcha, but as things begin to turn in Yamcha's favor, the fortune teller Baba starts singing a harrowing song to cover the noise of the Invisible Man, which is made worse by his disgusting voice. Krillin knows Yamcha can't take much more and sends Goku to retrieve Master Roshi and Bulma. When they arrive, Krillin reveals Bulma's breasts to the mutilated turtle hermit, causing blood to flow from his nose. The Invisible Man gets drenched in blood, which becomes visible. Yamcha quickly defeats his opponent and claims victory. With 3 fighters gone, the gang eagerly awaits their next match. Devil's Restroom. The fortune teller brings Goku to a secret room where Goku brings food items before See-Through activates a trap. Goku manages to counter the trap, which consisted of bricks falling from the ceiling, and throws a brick at the See-Through, causing him to bleed through his nose. After a long, repetitive and all the smoke has cleared, a sarcophagus appears. The warrior of fortune teller Baba has finally awakened from his eternal sleep.
The fighter that fortune teller Baba created is a mummy called Bandage the Mummy. This is the third fighter in match, who is famous for never lose a battle. First, Yamcha. Yamcha is sure that if he keeps moving forward his speed will be stronger and the mummy will not touch him. Little does he know that Bandage the Mummy's speed is more than enough while circling around Yamcha. Yamcha is unable to lay her hand on the mummy. Even his wolf fang fist proves to be ineffective. Bandage the Mummy isn't out yet, as he shoots the straps covering his body like a rope and swings back onto the platform. As Mummy resumes her unbridled attack, Goku and the gang can barely stand to watch the gruesome battle laid before them. Especially Appa, since he feels responsible for getting Yamcha into this mess. So Appa takes out an axe in an attempt to help, but Master Roshi explains that Yamacha is fighting for himself, and his pride denies defeat. After Yamcha gets tired, Bandage the Mummy traps him in his signature move, the stretching bridge technique. As Yamcha struggles to save his back from breaking in two, Puar turns into a woodpecker and flies away in a desperate attempt to save Yamcha and pecks the invincible giant until he breaks free. Yamcha is sent down the devil's toilet to lethal acid. As he falls, Goku extends his power pole and grabs Yamcha just before he touches the acid, saving his life. All eyes are now on Goku as he moves towards this menace to avenge Yamcha's defeat. Bandage the Mummy makes Goku feel a little hesitant to fight him after seeing his immaculate posture. Nevertheless, he attacks after Goku announces that he has made the first move. He inflicts 3 blows on Goku, causing the young warrior to fall. Goku's friends become concerned, while Bandage and Baba rejoice, believing that Goku has been kicked out. Goku, however, easily wakes up and explains that he was just warming up. Mummy, angrily, continue to attack, but Goku easily dodges his moves and makes jokes, which only angers Mom. Baba's warrior then prepares a powerful attack, straps his bandages towards Goku, tying him up. After a long struggle, Goku jumps right under the deadly water of the devil toilet and breaks free. Goku defeated Mummy with a single punch. Goku's next opponent is a demon named Spike the Devil Man. Spike finds it easy to defeat and he almost falls into the toilet. While Yamacha and Krillin comment on how weak Spike is, Master Roshi corrects him, saying that he was a 2-time champion of the World Martial Arts Tournament. After being on the losing end of the fight, Spike prepares to use his Devil Might Beam to eliminate Goku, and Roshi tries to tell Goku to avoid it at all costs. Master Roshi tells the others the story of Spike's Devil Might Beam, a technique that turns an opponent's own negative thoughts into a destructive beam that can destroy anything that comes their way. Spike fires his Devil Might Beam at Goku, although he completely opposes the beam. So Spike fires a stronger Devil Might Beam. Goku completely opposes that too. As it turns out, the attacks seem to have no effect on Goku in any shape or form, with no negative thoughts, astonishing Spike and the others watching above, but climbs to the other side of the bridge and takes Spike by surprise. Goku ends Spike with a powerful kick, which slams Spike to the ceiling and embeds him into the wall. After Goku's victory, Baba summons his last fighter, who requests Baba to allow him and Goku to fight outside, where he can get some fresh air, which Baba obeys. On his way out, Goku has a strange feeling about the fighter he's about to encounter, noticing the scent he's comfortable with. Roshi senses some familiarity with the fighter and the fight ensues. The masked fighter is an extremely powerful opponent, even by Goku's standards. The longer the fight goes on, the more concerned Master Roshi becomes, recognizing the more familiar the masked man's style, posture, and techniques. The two warriors bump into each other and startle everyone until Baba's fighters use Kamehameha's attack. Goku has been able to take down his opponent using his own Kamehameha and his friends start celebrating ahead of time. Goku tells the warrior to give up, but the latter laughs and grabs his tail, which is his only weak spot, draining his energy. Roshi says that no one other than him should know that Goku's tail is his vulnerability. Yamcha, similarly, notes that Goku's opponent fights as he does and knows everything about him, which Roshi confirms. Roshi states that he now knows who the man is, after seeing how he and Goku are mirror pictures of each other. Meanwhile, Goku seems to be in a world of trouble as his opponent has a tail and repeatedly slams him to the ground, while Appa and the others watch anxiously. Bulma asks Roshi to help Goku, but the latter says that the fight must continue because Goku's rival is none other than Goku's dead grandfather Gohan. Grandpa Gohan repeatedly slams Goku against the floor, as his friends watch in pain, wondering why his own grandfather would give him so much pain. Bulma demands that Master Roshi help his student, but the latter refuses, saying that Goku's grandfather has a purpose behind his actions and was never a careless person. Meanwhile, Emperor Pilaf tries on his new power suit, while Shu and Mai are spying on Goku from a satellite, learning from the war with their grandfather that his tail is a weakness that they try to take advantage of making plans. It is revealed that Pilaf has the last Dragon Ball, and has jammed the Dragon Radar using the Dragon Radar proof box. Back at the fortune teller Baba's palace, after being slammed several times, Goku's tail eventually explodes. Although this hurts Goku at first, he is ready to continue the match. Gohan surrenders and reveals his face to Goku, who runs towards him, hugs him and breaks down in tears, as his friends watch with joy. Baba and Gohan explain that there are two worlds, the mortal world and the other world,
and she has the ability to bring the dead back to life. However, travel between the two worlds is very specific. Gohan is only permitted to stay in this world for one day. Baba had predicted that Goku would come to him, and Gohan had even approached her and asked as such, though she was unaware that Goku was Gohan's grandson. Goku then shows Gohan the Dragon Balls, and explains their nature and his adventures with Bulma and the others. Gohan thanks Master Roshi for teaching Goku all he knows, but Roshi tells Gohan that he only taught Goku the bare essentials, and knows as little about Goku's strength as Gohan himself does. Gohan is happy for Goku that he has found some good friends and has traveled the world. Appa asks how he can ask to bring his father back to life when Goku's grandfather is also dead. However, Gohan chooses to remain dead and disappears after the farewell. The fortune teller Baba then reveals the exact location of the last Dragon Ball, as promised. It is being carried in a red car and Goku is happy to learn that the final Dragon Ball is finally within his grasp. Goku is pointed to the location he needs to travel to, and after giving him Appa 6 of the Dragon Balls to capture him while he is away, the Emperor on City Street to receive the final Dragon Ball. Goku flies his flying Nimbus after Pilaf's car. Pilaf is on his way to the fortune teller Baba's palace in hopes of taking other Dragon Balls. He now knows Goku's weakness, seeing the feed on the monitor coming from his satellite, and now wants to cut off Goku's tail in order to weaken him. Goku finds the car and lands on it and recognizes his previous enemies. Pilaf challenges Goku to a fight, against all 6 in possession of Goku with his Dragon Ball, and promises a pinky. Pilaf, Shu, and Mai each meet in their power suits. The machines are unaffected by Goku's first attacks. Goku and Shu burn his clothes in the corner of the machines. To Pilaf's horror, he finds out that Goku has no tail. Pilaf, Mai and Shu assemble their power suits on a Titanic machine. However, using Kamehameha, Goku removes Mai's power suit. Mai discards her broken power suit and rides on Pilaf and Shu, who morph into a bird-like thing with increasing speed as the trio flees. Shu fires a missile, but Goku throws it back, destroying the power suit. Pilaf gives Goku the 1-star Dragon Ball and Shu gives him his clothes, covering his private area, because Goku's outfit was destroyed. Goku flies back to the palace of the fortune teller Baba, who has now received the last Dragon Ball from Emperor Pilaf, and takes Appa, who is holding the other 6 Dragon Balls, to the Holy Land of Karin so that his father will eventually be found. To be revived, Yamcha wants to train with Master Roshi, who doesn't realize it, But Bulma changes her mind when he suggests she come wearing a new bikini every now and then. At Bora's burial site, Goku summons the eternal dragon Shenrong and urges Upa to grant his wish, although he is terrified at the sight of the Grand Dragon. Eventually, with all his courage, Upa wishes for his father's resurrection. The dragon grants the wish and Bora rises from his grave. Upa happily embraces his father and the dragon disappears, scattering 7 Dragon Balls across the world. Before they can disperse, Goku jumps in and grabs the 4-star Dragon Ball, which had already turned to stone. Goku sends Bora and Upa off and goes back to Baba's palace. Goku tells everyone that the wish came true and Upa's father was revived. Now having collected his grandfather's Dragon Ball, he says that he will no longer be searching for Dragon Ball and plans to start training for the next World Martial Arts Tournament. However, Master Roshi says that he has nothing more to teach Goku, and it would be better if he trains on his own and experience the world for himself. Master Roshi tells Goku that he will receive more training by walking rather than riding on the flying Nimbus, so Goku obeys and begins his journey around the world. While traveling through the mountains he sees a girl named Zhao who is trying to hire a tiger thief so that he can come with her to his village and defeat 2 men named Terror and Plague. Instead the tiger thief takes his money and nearly eats it before Goku can intervene and save him. Seeing Goku's strength, she asks him to help her village, which is being terrorized by Terror and Plague, which are forcing people to have regular large feasts, leaving the villagers with almost no food. Goku agrees because he believes Master Roshi had a similar thing in mind. When they reach the village, they see that a roll call is there. When a person's name is called and he doesn't answer here soon enough, this person will be sent inside a mist gourd, an item used to trap Panic and Plague people. Goku shows up and challenges them, and easily defeats them one after the other. Unfortunately, Panic uses gourd and traps him. Goku manages not to fall into the bottom of the ground thanks to his power pal and is able to escape. He takes the ground and plays with the sinful pair by repeatedly calling their names. However, they are unable to survive and both get trapped. They apologize for their actions and Goku releases them. They now work for the villagers, plowing the fields with the threat that if they go off the line they will be trapped again. Goku says goodbye and travels to the forest in search of a new adventure. Goku has taken his first steps into the unknown world. Train your mind and body diligently. Carrying stones 10 times his size and walking on steep mountains on his bare hands. Rain or unbearable heat won't stop Goku from pursuing his goal, to train his mind, body, and now regenerated tail through random real-world experiences, so he can win the next World Martial Arts Tournament. Goku's training takes an unexpected turn when he loses control and begins to speed up the mountain with his hands. Goku's tail again saves his life when he clings to a tree branch to avoid falling into the valley, as he remarks that his tail is stronger than ever and it never breaks again. Ironically, the tree branch breaks off instead. Goku falls, but he uses his hands to absorb the fall and slips off a handstand. Goku, exhausted and looking for competition, asks an old lady where the nearest city is and sets off on another adventure. He is informed that there is a man named Master Chun, who seems worthy of his skills. When Goku arrives in town, he finds Master Chun in contention. It appears that Master Chun's son, Shokan, has stolen the wallet of the Rising Dragon, and is backed by his goons. Master Chun is forced to defend himself and his son. Master Chun leaps into the air and performs his trademark move, the Phantom Star technique, but ends up coughing, which the Rising Dragon takes advantage of and begins to beat Chun. His brother, the Sky Dragon, arrives and slaps him so to speak and apologizes for his brother's rude behavior. After the skirmish, Goku asks for a session with Master Chun and he accepts. They hardly have a match. After briefly attacking each other in the air, Chun's illness takes hold. Goku and Shokan put her on the bed and started making small talk. Goku asks for the name of the trick used against the thugs. Shokan replies that it was Phantom Star technique and that his father created it. Master Chun further explains that the technique uses an energy to project an image that does not exist, like the after-image technique. Shocked Bum and his father scold him because he is not ready for this kind of technique. Goku on the other hand is capable because of his training and discipline. The conversation quickly turns to the dilemma of Master Chun, who is in dire straits and in no shape to fight for the title of Master of Martial Arts. Sky Dragon's Panther Fang School and its brother Rising Dragon have threatened and banished all their students. The only chance they have to bring him back is to win the title of Master of Martial Arts. Master Chun's condition is deteriorating and he needs medicine. Goku volunteers, but is warned about Sky Dragon and his gang, as they may be too eager to pay a bit. As luck would have it, Goku passes the restaurant Sky Dragon. The Rising Dragon attacks Goku. Goku easily dodges the Rising Dragon and tricks it into falling into the river. The Sky is not happy. He attacked Goku without warning. Goku makes another try and hits even faster than the last time. Sky then declares Goku unworthy and leaves. Back at Sky's Panther Fang dojo, his disciples become punching bags as he tries to teach them a lesson in combat. It seems that no one can beat him even with his hands tied behind his back. The next morning, Shokin asks to fight at his father's place. Chun refused. Then, Goku volunteers but does so to improve his training. Shokin was still angry about his father choosing a stranger over his son, while angrily fixing breakfast. "At least I have enough skills to do this," shouts Shokin. Desperate to prove his worth to his father, Shokin takes matters into his own hands. While preparing the meal, Shokin puts a pill into Goku's soup. Goku eats food quickly without any notice. It's match time and Goku doesn't even look tired. Shokin now stares with concern, astonished that Goku hasn't passed out and the match is about to begin. Sky Dragon from Panther Fang School and Goku from Chin Star School are about to challenge each other's abilities. Goku goes after Image to lose Sky. There are about 30 different pictures of Goku dancing, so Sky breaks his Panther Cyclone and attacks every image until Goku is found. Goku decides to end it forever but his stomach turns on him so he has to call a timeout. Sky got suspicious and gave his hoax. Only Goku is not fake. He attacks Goku without mercy. Now Goku is furious. They both jump up and launch a signature attack. Sky's Panther Cyclone against Goku's Phantom Star. Goku's dazzling combination of 50 fists and kicks proves to be enough all at once. Sky Dragon is defeated with a single punch and set off for a knockout. As the crowd chants Goku's name, he turns around and screams. Back at Chin's dojo, Goku is thanked by Sky for showing him the error of his ways and for helping Chin restore his reputation and bring back his students. Shokin's guilt is not forgotten and Goku apologizes by making him breakfast for his long journey. Goku starts a new journey. Goku's travels take him to a small village that is terrorized by dozens of demons. The town's princess, Princess Misa, has been kidnapped by these sinister creatures, and King Crest seeks Goku's help. Goku dares to go to the underworld to bring the girl back and fights with Shula, who is responsible for taking her there. He successfully saves the princess from the demonic tyrant Shula, and closes the door that lets the demons out into the world of the living. Later, he encounters Tien Shinhan and Kyatsu, who are making a scam pretending to defeat the demon in Ashikacho for a lot of money. Goku eventually foils their scam. 3 years later, he meets the fortune teller Baba once again. Goku rescues a green fox companion named Konkichi from a group of thugs. As he misses his plane while helping Konkichi, who befriends him and refers to him as his brother, Goku swims across the world to go to the tournament. Goku swims along, through the ocean. He asks some people in a boat where Papaya Island is because he lost his way. The people point in the direction of the island, and Goku thanks them, swimming off. Meanwhile, on a plane headed to Papaya Island, Yamcha waits the World Martial Arts Tournament. Poor claims that Yamcha will win, but Krillin tells them not to forget about him. Yamcha promises to show the results of its 3 years of training. Bulma asks if they have forgotten about Goku. Launch, Rogue, has a desire to hijack the plane, and the tortoise tells him to oppose it. Master Roshi feels in pain and suddenly tells the hostess that she has to go to the bathroom, which shocked everyone. The hostess refuses because they will be leaving soon. Master Roshi tells them to hurry up and land the plane. The hostess panicked and agrees and runs away. The rest pretend not to know Master Roshi. Goku has finally arrived at Papaya Island, and he is hungry. He climbs a tree and eats some fruit. Some of the tigers are down, so Goku gives them some fruit. The tigers don't want the fruit, and they start attacking Goku. The plane lands at Papaya Island Airport. Yamcha, Bulma, Poor, Oolong, Tortoise, Krillin, and Launch all eagerly await Master Roshi's return from the bathroom. Master Roshi returns and says that he found it difficult to figure it all out, which embarrasses the others. They all get into taxis and leave for the World Martial Arts Tournament. Yamcha says that the entrance will end soon. But Bulma says that Goku will never forget this day, as he was looking forward to it. Launch wants to enter the tournament, but the tortoise tells him that no weapons are allowed. Master Roshi secretly goes to the register man and asks him to sign into Jackie Chun. The register man is confused, and Master Roshi takes off his sunglasses to show that he is Jackie Chun. He tells the register man to keep it a secret, and he agrees to sign it. Bulma says it is 5 minutes for the entry to end. Oolong says that Goku has failed him. Krillin asks where Master Roshi is now, and he lies that he was in the bathroom again. Suddenly, Master Shen, the Crane Master, along with two of his disciples, Tien Shinhan and Kyatsu, step into Master Roshi. Reaction to Goku reaching the finals in the previous tournament, Master Shen is determined to show off to Master Roshi and prove his school's superiority. The conversation quickly turns into a trade of humiliation between the two monks before Master Shen's sudden departure. Goku arrives shortly after and the group enjoys a brief reunion. Goku, Yamcha and Krillin then change into their turtle-style uniforms and meet Jackie Chun, whom Goku promises to defeat this time. Yamcha and Krillin are among the first to easily defeat their opponents. Tien then approaches those who scold such weak fighters for not feeling any satisfaction by defeating them. This leads to a trade of humiliation between Tien and Yamcha. Until Tien is called up in his first bout, he lives up to his arrogance as he defeats his opponent with a pace that stuns all the spectators. Goku then fights next, his opponent being King Choppa, a fighter who won the previous tournament without even touching it. Goku immediately starts the match, stunning King Choppa with a sharp punch to the jaw. Realizing that Goku is a powerful opponent, King Choppa uses his most powerful technique, the 8-handed attack, a technique that mixes speed and optical illusion to appear as though he is 8 different-handed attackers. King Choppa then launched a flurry of attacks against Goku, all of which Goku was defeated. Goku then retaliates with a wide kick, knocking King Choppa off his feet. Enraged, King Choppa charges and strikes Goku, but Goku survives the attack with the after-image technique, which appears above King Choppa near the arena roof. Goku lands directly on King Choppa from the roof, who is confident that the little warrior will not be able to dodge him in the middle of the air. As King Choppa attacks Goku, Goku delivers a powerful shout. And they all make it to the finals. All finalists meet to determine who will fight in the quarterfinals. It doesn't take long for insults to be traded between both Yamcha and Tien, and Krillin and Chaozu. Tien manipulates the numbers to Chaozu when lots are being drawn. He chooses to fight Yamcha to settle his conflict and Chaozu chooses to go up against Krillin, finding that man-wolf, a wolf who turns into a man by the full moon, has a grudge against Jackie Chun. He even cures them to fight. First Kavartal match start with Yamcha vs Tien. The match starts early and Yamcha quickly catches on Tien. They strike the first blow with Tien and Yamcha retaliates with one of his own. Yamcha then uses his new Wolf Hurricane attack to launch a flurry of attacks against Tien. However, Tien resists, matching each blow and then counters the attack with a strong punch to Yamcha's abdomen, knocking him down. Yamcha decides to go all out in the fight and uses Kamehameha, to the surprise of both Krillin and Roshi. Tien sees this move coming and devises a defense against it, showing an attack on Yamcha when he comes close to her. Bewildered, Yamcha leaps into the air to escape his own onslaught, and, to his dismay, does not notice Tien coming right after him. Tien hits Yamcha with a strong kick and sends him crashing back to the arena floor, knocking him out. Not satisfied with just winning the match, Tien takes a knee dive as he falls to the ground, breaking Yamcha's leg. Goku, Krillin and Por enter the ring to see their friend, Por, who quickly turns into a magic carpet to take Yamacha to the hospital. Bulma and Launch also leave to accompany him. Goku then promises to take revenge on Tien for the unnecessary cruelty, but Tien just shrugs it off. Match 2, Man-Wolf vs Jackie Chun. When Man-Wolf enters the ring he expresses his desire to take revenge on Jackie Chun because Jackie Chun destroyed the moon during the last World Martial Arts Tournament. Without the moon, the Man-Wolf cannot transform back into human and therefore cannot get any dates. Man-Wolf angrily attacks Jackie Chun, but Jackie Chun is easily able to escape and counterattack. Their skill levels are so different that Jackie Chun doesn't even pay much attention to the Man-Wolf, but prefers the women in the audience. After kicking Man-Wolf towards the arena, he draws a knife and lunges at Jackie Chun, but Jackie Chun easily grabs the knife and throws Man-Wolf into the arena again. Feeling pity for his rival, Jackie Chun decides to turn him back into a human. Before he does, he has some fun by giving the Man-Wolf a series of commands, such as begging, that a dog would give. Man-Wolf instinctively obeys at first, but quickly breaks out of it, becoming even more furious. Jackie Chun then ends the match by tossing a bone out of the arena, which Man-Wolf immediately receives and disqualifies himself. Although the match is officially over, Man-Wolf returns to the ring and accuses Jackie Chun, but is stopped when Jackie Chun uses a paralyzing attack to stop him in his tracks. Jackie Chun then calls Krillin to the ring and poses her with her back to the Man-Wolf, exposing her bald head. Jackie Chun then hypnotizes the Man-Wolf into thinking that Krillin's head is actually the moon. The Man-Wolf then immediately transforms into a human and thanks Jackie Chun before bursting into joy. When the match 3 begins, Chaozu surprises Krillin with his unnatural movements, walking around the ring without moving his actual body. Chaosu gets the first kick, launching Krillin into the air. As he advances for a follow-up strike, Krillin dodges with a flip and launches his attack on the landing. Chaosu is able to avoid this because of his ability to control himself while in the air. Krillin then pounces on Chaosu and, at the last second, uses after-image techniques to make Chaosu disappear. Tien then warns Chaosu that Krillin is to his left, but Chaosu is unable to determine which way is left until it is too late and Krillin delivers a powerful blow to him. They quarrel for a while until Chaosu is up in the air. Krillin doesn't jump after him, because he can't fly, he risks being kicked out of the ring. While safe in the air, Chaosu then begins firing several Dodon rays at Krillin, causing him to escape. Goku identifies the technique as that of the mercenary Tao, and surprises Tien when he reveals it. When Tien asks Goku how does he know that name, Goku tells him that he killed Tao earlier. Tien leaves angrily to inform his master, and Jackie Chun, also surprised that Goku was able to kill the mercenary Tao, informs Goku that Tao was the younger brother of the Crane Hermit. Back in the ring, Krillin is still evading Chaosu's attack. He realizes that he has the only chance to retaliate and tries to use Kamehameha. On his first attempt, Krillin only manages to create a small energy burst that travels less than a foot. He's still excited because he now believes he can pull it off. At the stadium, the Crane Hermit is furious that his brother is dead, believing that Goku could have killed him with some sort of trickery. He then orders Chaosu to kill Krillin in retaliation. Chaosu prepares a full power Dodon wave while Krillin prepares a Kamehameha. Jackie Chun shouts from where he was watching the match that Kamehameha can't stand Dodon ray. Chaosu loosens his blast and Krillin, instead of trying to counter it, leaps into the air to escape it and then opens fire, hitting Chaosu at point-blank range. Being that this was the first true Kamehameha that Krillin used, however it was not very powerful and Chaosu managed to recover before he was out of the ring. Krillin launched a new attack against Chaosu and hit him with a fierce kick. As he moves on to the second attack, Krillin finds himself paralyzed and in intense pain from Chaosu's telekinesis technique. While Krillin is paralyzed, Chaosu begins kicking him. Seeing Chaosu, Krillin realizes that he needs his hands to continue the attack and asks him a simple math question: what is 3 plus 4? Chaosu, needing his fingers to count, breaks off the attack, giving Krillin a chance to hit him. Chaosu quickly resumes the technique and asks Krillin a math question of his own, which, to Chaosu's surprise, gives Krillin the correct answer. Krillin then asks him another simple math question and again Chaosu has to break off the attack.
Krillin once again lands a powerful hit, this time knocking out Chaosu and sending him out of bounds. In the final round of the quarterfinals, Goku faces Pumput, a proud kickboxer who already has 2 other major fighting tournament victories. Before the match begins, Pumput attempts to scare Goku with a punch that deliberately misses by a small amount. When Goku is not impressed, Pumput demonstrates his fighting skills, throwing several quick punches and kicks and then destroying part of the arena wall with an elbow strike. He then claims that he only needs 3 seconds to defeat Goku. When the match begins, Pumput runs straight at Goku, but his attack is averted, and Goku gives him a sharp elbow to the chest, defeating him with a single hit. Tien noted that it was not a single blow, but 3 in rapid succession and was influenced by Goku's speed.
Next match start with Tien vs Jackie Chun. Tien and Chun began the fight with a series of strikes and throws and neither opponent got a solid hit on the other. Jackie Chun then attempts the after-image technique, creating 8 images of himself around Tien. But Tien sees right through it and hits a strong kick at Jackie, causing him to crash into one of the walls. Jackie Chun determines he can fool with Tien and takes off his jacket, ready to go out. Tien then pounced on her, but Jackie Chun grabbed Tien's hands and stopped her before Tien could be driven away. Tien charges again, this time hitting Jackie Chun with his knee and punching him to the ground. Jackie Chun wakes up and hits him back. At this point the 2 fighters took a short breath, re-evaluating each other. Tien realized that Jackie Chun is stronger than Master Shane himself. Jackie Chun asks Tien why he is serving an evil master and Tien responds by telling Jackie Chun to shut up. He then uses one of his secret techniques, the solar flare, and blinds Jackie Chun long enough for her to strike the back of the head with a powerful knee dive. Tien thinks he has put Jackie Chun in a coma with that attack, but Jackie Chun returns after 5 seconds. Jackie Chun continues to lecture Tien, saying that it is better to live and fight for good than evil and encourages Tien to leave Master Shane. Master Shane overhears these comments and quickly pieces together that Jackie Chun is actually Master Roshi in disguise and he telepathically informs Tien of this. Tien decides to surprise the Turtle Hermit and launches a Kamehameha at him, which learns of the attack upon seeing Yamcha. Master Roshi defies attack to save the crowd behind him and with one final urge not to follow the path of evil. Master Roshi jumps out of the ring, ending the match with Tien as the winner. Match 6 start with Krillin vs Goku. The first real fight between the two. Both Goku and Krillin agree not to hold anything back and charge into the fight. Although Goku seems to have the advantage in power, Krillin has several tricks up his sleeve. At the start of the fight, Goku leaps into the air and Krillin follows him, in imitation of Tien. Krillin uses sunlight reflected from his bald head to temporarily blind Goku and send Goku back to the arena floor. Goku recovers and limps on still airborne Krillin. But Krillin survives the attack by filling his body with air like a balloon, leaving Goku only to strike the air beneath him. Goku decides to show Krillin a trick and blames him while preparing Kamehameha. He leaps at the final second, backs towards Krillin and explodes, pushing him straight into Krillin, hitting him with a strong punch and then a powerful knee dive into Krillin's stomach. Krillin recovers from the attack and attack on Goku, but Goku avoids it and hits him in the back of the head. Knowing that he cannot defeat Goku in a straight fight, Krillin fires Kamehameha at him. Goku easily blocks the attack, but it was intentionally a distraction and Krillin used it to go after Goku and grab his tail. Goku goes down until the referee reaches the 9 count, when he comes back up and slams Krillin to the ground. During his training, Goku's tail is no longer a weak spot. Krillin then pretends to see something and attacks Goku when he looks in the same direction. Goku decides to use his own tricks if all is well and seemingly disappears. From where he is watching the fight, Tien can see that Goku is actually moving too fast to appear invisible. Goku reappears directly in front of Krillin and knocks him out of the ring with a hit, although Tien can see that it was actually 8-in-1 kick. Final match start with Goku vs Tien. The fight between Tien and Goku starts quickly. Tien took an early advantage, nailed Goku with the Dodon Ray, saw through his after-image technique, hit him with the machine gun Tsuki, a series of extremely fast punches, and then dropped him with the Hyakuken. Goku however feels slighted for the attacks, and declares that he will now fight Tien with all his might. He starts with a quick series of attacks, almost ending with Kamehameha, but changes his mind at the last second, knowing Tien will simply deflect it. The fight continues with a short after-image technique duel, with each fighter using this technique to dodge an attack and attempt one himself, with Goku receiving the final kick. Tien attempts his solar flare again, but is cornered by Goku, who was wearing shades after learning the technique from Tien's previous match. As Goku goes to return the shades to Roshi, he is hit from behind by a recovered Tien, sending him crashing through a wall. When the combatants attack each other, Goku freezes in place, giving Tien a chance to punch. This happens twice more, and Tien beats Goku in the process, but, realizing he is winning too easily, learns that Chaozu is using his powers to paralyze Goku. Tien telepathically tells Chaozu to stop interfering in their match, as he wishes to defeat Goku in a fair fight. This angers Master Shen, who then orders Tien to kill Goku. Tien clearly states that he will not kill Goku, as he does not want to be disqualified, and, with Master Roshi's advice, he doesn't want to be a killer like Tao. The now enraged Master Shen orders Chaozu to kill both Tien and Goku. When Chaozu refuses, Master Shen threatens to kill him instead. Master Roshi puts an end to this by blasting Master Shen out of the stadium with a Kamehameha, allowing Tien and Goku to focus on their match. Tien then attempts one of his up-sleeve techniques, and uses his 4-witch technique ability to develop an additional set of arms. Goku counters this by using the pseudo 8-arm technique he learned from his fight with King Choppa, to defend which Tien has to work hard. Tien soon loses the spare arm and decides to use his final attack, Tri-Beam. He warns Goku to avoid the blasts and escorts him out of the arena, because there is no way to avoid getting hit by it. Tien then floats high in the air and uses the attack, destroying the entire area. However, Goku dodges the blast by leaping incredibly high into the air. Tien is confident that he will win at this point, because he can fly and Goku can't. Goku prepares a final Kamehameha and, at the last moment, turns, using the attack to send him rocketing at Tien. Both fighters fall to the ground. Goku steps forward. He tries to use another small Kamehameha wave to slow himself down, but is hit by a truck and lands first. Tien takes off immediately afterwards, thus winning the tournament. After the match, Tien offers Goku half of the prize money, as he recognizes that it was only luck that he won, but Goku refuses as he has no interest in money. Tien then insists on at least paying for dinner. At this point, Goku realizes that he almost left his power ball and his Dragon Ball behind and Krillin volunteers to retrieve them for him. Tien apologizes to Yamcha for using such excessive force during the fight and Yamcha offers him forgiveness. Roshi then offers Tien to stay at the Kami house, which Launch encourages him to do, but Tien declines, saying that he cannot follow the teachings of another, even if he betrayed his master. The group goes to a restaurant to celebrate Turtle House's great tournament performance, but unsurprisingly, Goku has a low appetite. Krillin has gone to
Goku, who is furious and distraught, grabs his power pole and the dragon radar from Bulma and flees in the direction of the murderer despite Master Roshi's orders to stop. Goku uses the dragon radar and his stolen Dragon Ball to find the murderer. Roshi is startled to learn that the strange sign on a piece of paper that Oolong finds nearby is actually the mark of the legendary demon King Piccolo. The others listen as Master Roshi describes a time when the world was invaded by monstrous creatures that seemed unstoppable and tore through civilization, destroying everything in their path. The monsters eventually made it to Mutato's dojo, where the entire school engaged them in combat. Only a few of the monsters are defeated, and only 2 students, Master Roshi and Master Shin, made it out alive. The 2 were targeted by a joint mouth blast that the monsters had prepared and unleashed, but the 2 focused their energy into a shield and returned fire, slaying the creatures. Then King Piccolo appeared in front of them and fired a single blast at the earth in front of them, sending them flying into a section of the dojo. As soon as Master Mutato intervened, Master Mutato was master of Roshi. King Piccolo quickly dispatched him, humiliating him in front of his pupils, and left him for dead. After being restored to health, Mutato abandoned them both. Roshi retained his faith, but Shin eventually lost it. King Piccolo continued his rampage years later. Mutato came back to Master Roshi from the adjacent mountains where he had taken sanctuary with an electronic rice cooker. After putting in a lot of practice, Mutato eventually trapped King Piccolo in a jar using the evil containment wave technique. Master Mutato used his all energy. He was not able to stand again. He gave his life to save others. Master Roshi established the Turtle School based on Mutato's teachings after personally tossing the jar into the ocean. Over time, humankind rebuilt civilization and completely forgot about King Piccolo and his clan's escapade around the globe. However, after discovering the jar, Emperor Pilaf freed King Piccolo and asking the Namekian bad guy to assist him in gathering the Dragon Balls. However, King Piccolo had other ideas and gave Tambourine orders to kill all surviving competitors in world martial arts tournaments, viewing them as potential threats. Goku eventually finds Tambourine and challenges him to a fight, but Tambourine easily outclasses him and destroys the flying Nimbus. Tambourine then proceeds to beat Goku senseless and knock him to the ground, where he assumes he is dead. In the middle of a forest, Goku wakes up battered and starving. He soon comes across a giant fish being cooked over an open fire. He is then accused of eating Yajirobe's fish when he is approached by him shortly after. The 2 then engage in a brief combat in which they are evenly matched, with Goku amazed that Yajirobe can withstand his blows, and Yajirobe equally astounded by how quick and powerful Goku is. Tambourine, meanwhile, kills several more combatants, including Bacterian, Nam, King Chappa, Pamput, Manwolf, and Jiren. Then, King Piccolo hatches Symbol, a new son whose mission is to locate the Dragon Balls. Symbol attacks Yajirobe as a result of the fact that he possesses one. He is killed by Yajirobe, who then eats him because he is starving. King Piccolo then commands Tambourine to attack them in retaliation for Symbol's death, but Goku is now at full strength and easily kills him with his Kamehameha, completely vaporizing him in the process. Because he desired to consume another creature of that magnitude, Yajirobe is furious. Master Roshi, Kaiotsu, and Teen search for the Dragon Balls in the meantime. King Piccolo promises Emperor Pilaf a fifth of his wealth when he tells him that he intends to summon the eternal dragon Shenron to young again and then conquer Earth. King Piccolo, who is furious at the deaths of his sons, turns to face Goku directly, while Roshi and crew discover the three-star Dragon Ball in a cave and travel to the location of the battle between Goku and King Piccolo. King Piccolo has the upper hand despite his advanced age, easily defeating Goku. When King Piccolo discovers that Goku's heart has stopped, he believes he is dead. Then he removes the one-star Dragon Ball from Goku's still form and walks away. Yajirobe, who had been hiding nearby, learns that Goku's heart had just briefly stopped and that the young fighter was still alive after Piccolo left. Knowing that he is no match for King Piccolo, Master Roshi simply remains put and endures King Piccolo's blows after luring him with 2 Dragon Balls and engaging him in combat. King Piccolo doesn't acknowledge Roshi until he mentions Mutato, at which point he becomes alarmed upon understanding what Roshi is there to accomplish. Master Roshi performs the evil containment wave after using a capsule to summon an electric rice cooker. He then almost successfully traps King Piccolo once more but just misses the jar's opening. King Piccolo is reassured by Master Roshi that he hasn't yet won and that someone would triumph, where he failed before he perishes from employing the move. King Piccolo is assured by Master Roshi that he has not yet triumphed and that someone else will succeed where he failed. King Piccolo summons Shenron since there is no one left to stop him. Teen is helpless because Master Roshi immobilized him previously with a knockout potion. Kaiotsu is too frail, and Goku is too hurt. Kaiotsu tries to stop him by wishing for his demise, but the Makosen strike of King Piccolo kills him before he can finish. When King Piccolo makes the wish to regress to youth, his strength soars to unprecedented heights. King Piccolo regains his youth, and as a demonstration of his renewed might, he uses a mouth energy wave to kill Shenron, destroying the Dragon Balls in the process. No longer possessing the Dragon Balls, King Piccolo's victims cannot be revived. To collect some Senzu beans, Goku begs Yajirobe to carry him to Korin Tower. Fortunately, Yajirobe has a car of his own in a capsule. Goku tries to ascend, but given his state, he asks Yajirobe to carry him up the tower as they move along.
Now King Piccolo becomes the ruler of the earth, then he betrays Emperor Pilaf, and kicks him and companions from his airship. In order to trap King Piccolo, Teen retreats too far to master the evil containment wave technique. Goku finally reaches the top of Korin's tower, with the help of the Yajirobe, and hears from Korin that Goku has surpassed him in strength, so he can't help but give him the Senju beans. However, he makes reference to Ultra Divine Water. Yajirobe and later Goku enter the vessel and travel down a snowy road to a cave, fighting some monsters that resemble statues. They also receive deceptions from Kame House and all of Goku pals who attempt to fool them, but Goku doesn't fall for the trickery. In the end, they meet the Guardian of the Darkness. They gives Goku permission to sip the liquid. They warns Goku, though, that if he doesn't possess some of the strength, he will perish after consuming it. Goku takes the risk and consumes it, and it is effective. After a night of suffering from water-induced pain, he becomes more powerful than King Piccolo. King Piccolo is having fun while imposing martial law on Earth, which makes all crimes lawful, dissolves the police department, and forbids the use of the terms peace and justice under penalty of death. In addition, he conducts a lottery to decide which province will be destroyed by him first. To Bulma's dismay, the winner is West City, the province that is home to her. However, Teen has mastered the evil containment wave and is on his way to battle King Piccolo, and Goku, who was given a new flying Nimbus by Korin, arrives to challenge King Piccolo, flies as fast as it can fly. First arrived at the King Piccolo's castle, Teen engages Drum, another of King Piccolo's sons. Drum easily defeats Teen. Teen performs the evil containment wave on King Piccolo, but Drum jumps in the path and gets captured. Drum is prevented from being imprisoned when King Piccolo breaks the electric rice cooker before he can be sealed. When Goku shows up at that precise moment, Teen is glad to discover that he is still alive. King Piccolo confirms to Goku that he has recovered his youth and full strength before giving Drum the command to fight Goku. When Drum is kicked in the face by Goku, one of his eyes pops out, killing Drum despite Teen's warning for him to flee. When Goku kicks the Drum to death, Teen watches in astonishment and shock at how much stronger he has become since last seeing him. King Piccolo informs Goku that he is on his way to West City and must hurry up with his performance, so he does not have time for him again. Goku extends his palm to prevent King Piccolo's direct attack and impending chop attack. Goku quickly takes King Piccolo's arm and pushes him into one of the buildings on the palace grounds. From the building's remains, King Piccolo emerges and launches several energy blasts at him. Drum at one point breaks into pieces when Goku leaps on his torso. Then, King Piccolo turns to an aerial assault, flying into the clouds before rapidly descending towards Goku and firing a Makosen that is even more potent than the Makosen that was used to dispatch Kaiatsu. King Piccolo attacks Goku when he spots the same opening from their previous battle, but Goku stops him this time and escapes totally unharmed. Teen is even more astonished by Goku's ability to deflect all of Piccolo's blows. King Piccolo is warned by Goku that he will be held accountable. Goku suddenly appears to vanish and then materialize in front of King Piccolo, punching him hard in the face. The piano is killed when King Piccolo throws a strong punch at it, sending it flying in the direction of the piano. Goku is originally able to avoid King Piccolo's attacks when he rushes at him after waking up in a rage, but King Piccolo eventually succeeds in killing Goku. Goku appears to have defeated the Demon King after recovering incredibly quickly and charging back with a powerful barrage of punches and kicks. King Piccolo, who was unharmed, informs Goku that even though it will. A guard persuades King Fury, who is watching the battle in shock and wishes to see King Piccolo defeated, that they should take the opportunity to move to higher ground now. After being thrown into another building, King Piccolo gets up and attempts to hurl a piece of himself at Goku, but Goku deflects it. Goku responds that he only needs one knee to defeat King Piccolo after he uses his eye laser to blast off one of his knees. King Piccolo chuckles as he gets ready to use his chops once more, but Goku locates his power pole and commands it to rise, sending it hurtling towards Piccolo. Goku then strikes King Piccolo in the forehead with his strong knee. According to reports on television, King Piccolo is engaged in a fierce battle with a very bald young man and a little boy in the ruins of the king's castle. Yamcha believes Goku is dead, while Bulma wonders if he's still living. After that, Bulma talks about how fortune-teller Baba once predicted that Goku would one day become a famous hero. Both are certain that it is Goku and that he will defeat King Piccolo to save the world. While Goku and Teen are unaware of what is occurring, King Piccolo continues to grow, becoming even more massive than before. Goku uses his own energy strikes to parry the massive, powerful finger blasts from King Piccolo. He finally hits Goku's power pole with a shot, knocking it out of the battle, and then unleashes his destructive demon wave, which explodes with a near-nuclear effect. While King Fury and two of his guards barely flee King Piccolo's explosion, the TV loses signal. The news that Goku survived the attack and was thrown into the air by Teen in order to escape the explosion astounds King Piccolo. Goku claims he doesn't need Teen, who has now completely lost all his energy. Goku tries to stop King Piccolo with one punch, but the punch is insufficient to knock Piccolo out because Goku was unable to build up enough momentum with only one leg. King Piccolo then powers up to the slightly weaker explosive demon wave. Failed to gain pace. When King Piccolo completes the explosion, Goku is hit and Teen is launched several feet into the air. When King Piccolo hears Goku's voice coming from inside the enormous hole, but he assumes that he has killed him. King Piccolo appears too exhausted to continue, but he quickly runs out of range and lifts Teen over his head. Flying Nimbus raises Goku back up and he prepares to attack once more. and starts to choke him, threatening to crush Teen's head if Goku does not submit to him. Teen begs Goku to ignore him and make sure King Piccolo is destroyed as King Piccolo tightens his hold on Teen's head. To find the cause of the explosion, Yamcha, Bulma, and launch land and investigate the city's ruins. Meanwhile, Yajirobe makes the decision to watch Goku battle, but after seeing the enormous pit, she changes her mind. After being promised a free meal in exchange for accompanying Goku to the tower, Yajirobe starts debating with himself whether or not to go back. Finally, Goku declares that he will comply with King Piccolo's instructions. Goku is stopped in his tracks by King Piccolo, who then grabs a boulder and throws it at him while exhaling fiercely, breaking his arm in the process. Goku cries out in agony and begs Teen's pardon, but he will not allow King Piccolo to escape punishment for what he did. Goku responds that he must use the Dragon Balls to revive Teen when King Piccolo inquires as to whether he worries about Teen's life. When King Piccolo learns of this, he mocks him and declares that he has already slain Shenron, shocking and upsetting Goku. Goku is unable to find another means to save Teen, so King Piccolo picks up another rock and throws it at Goku. Goku stands still and propels it at Goku's good leg, breaking it. King Piccolo lowers Teen and declares he will finish him later and kill Goku now once he is satisfied that Goku is currently defenseless. King Piccolo once more ascends to great heights in the sky and starts charging at Goku at top speed. Goku unleashes a powerful one-handed Kamehameha while keeping his right arm intact, sending him flying back at King Piccolo. Goku is getting ready to throw a single punch with all of his might, but King Piccolo is getting ready to deflect it. "It's time for your terror to stop," Goku yells as he swings his fist. As Goku flies towards King Piccolo, an abrupt picture of a great ape appears. Teen glances up after hearing a loud explosion and sees that Goku has punched King Piccolo in the chest cleanly. King Piccolo, who is dying and horrified that someone has killed him, can only hover as Goku sobs in triumph and declares that Goku has only won for the moment. Then, King Piccolo spits out his final egg, containing Piccolo Jr., his final child and reincarnation, who was created to carry all of his father's power and memories from conception. Before his body erupts in a huge explosion, King Piccolo orders Piccolo Jr. to exact revenge and eliminate his enemies. Goku is sent flying by the explosion's shockwave to the earth below, but just as he is about to touch down, Yajirobe appears and grabs him. While Yajirobe gets ready to drive Goku back to Korin's tower, Teen says he's heading back to Kame's house to inform the others before they part ways. And Yajirobe takes Goku to Korin Tower for recovery. After arriving, Korin gives a senzu bean to Goku, and he heals instantly, but now a big trouble for everyone is that, after death of Shenron, no one who was killed can be revived, and those who die at the hands of the Demon King Piccolo do not enter the after but rather pass through forever in limbo. Then Korin tells Goku about the Kami, who lives in the sky above Korin Tower and created the Dragon Balls, is the only one capable of resurrecting the dragon. Goku asks how he can get up there. Korin explains that Goku's power pole, which has been missing since his fight with the King Piccolo, is intended to stretch from the top of Korin Tower up to the lookout. Goku returns to the scene of his fight with King Piccolo right away, but when he can't locate his staff there, he moves on to the fortune teller Baba, who informs him that his staff is at the Kame house. After getting staff back and making his way back to Korin Tower, Korin provides Goku instructions on where to post eye on his pole and a small bell to signal to Kami that he is the chosen one Korin sent. Goku then starts to stretch his pole up to Kami's lookout while perched atop it. Goku experiences a rather terrifying experience as the pole rises, continually being struck by lightning until it connects to the lookout and comes to the end. Goku rapidly ascends to the top where he encounters Mr. Papo, Kami's servant, who introduces himself. Mr. Papo informs Goku that he is qualified to be tested and that he must beat Mr. Papo in a duel after noticing his bell. Goku enters the fight believing that he is far superior to Mr. Papo, which is out of character for him. However, it quickly becomes clear that Mr. Papo is much stronger than he appears, and no matter what Goku does, he is unable to touch him. Even though Goku appears to have failed the exam, he requests to remain and prepare for another attempt. Mr. Popo accepts and begins instructing him on how to manage his moves, his speed, and his awareness of his rival's motions. Goku promises to do whatever it takes to free his companions from their predicament, but Kami cuts him off by stating he'll see him later. Goku misidentifies Kami as King Piccolo as he approaches and charges at him, but is quickly disarmed. Kami informs Goku that he and King Piccolo were once one entity, but Kami divided his essence in two in order to acquire the position of the Earth's guardian, adding that he should have known that Krillin would not explain because Krillin finds him amusing. Kami accepts to rebuild Shenron as a prize for Goku's heroic efforts against Piccolo, but only on the condition that Goku remains on the lookout for 3 years to train and be prepared to face King Piccolo's offspring reincarnation, Piccolo Jr., at the following World Martial Arts Tournament. Bulma and the others at Kame House note that the Dragon Balls are once more operational and immediately call Shenron. While Bulma and Oolong are initially focused on reviving Krillin, Master Roshi, and Kaiatsu, Yamcha quickly requests that Shenron also revives all of the innocent people who were also killed by Piccolo and his spawn. After explaining how he had returned and that they would see Goku at the next tournament, the group makes their wish. Krillin, Master Roshi, Kaiatsu, and the rest of King Piccolo's captives return back to life after Shenron scatters, much to the delight of the others.
Slowly, everyone forgetting King Piccolo terror, and lived peaceful.
Goku, who is now 18 years old, reunites with his pals at the tournament 3 years later. Goku takes off his turban to display his distinctive haircut, but they do not immediately identify him. It is not until he realizes that Bulma is wearing lipstick and inquires about her bleeding that they come to this realization. Everyone is in awe of Goku's rapid growth. Soon after, Krillin, Teen, Yamcha, and Kaiatsu show up, and Krillin expresses his gratitude to Goku for what he did for him in a heartfelt way. Goku explains that Kami had his tail permanently removed so that she might repair the moon when the group notices that he no longer has a tail. Goku next has a brief encounter with Piccolo Jr. and an angry young woman who is unknown to him. Unanimously, Goku and Teen decide not to inform the other players that Piccolo's spawn is present at the competition. The initial elimination rounds begin after Kaiatsu adjusts the odds so that Goku, his friends, and Junior do not cross paths until the finals. King Chappa, whom Goku previously defeated in the tournament, is the opponent in the opening bout, which Goku ends with a light tap to eliminate. Moreover, Yamcha, Krillin, and Teen Shinhan quickly navigate through their battles. However, a now cyborg mercenary Tao who wants to exact revenge on Goku for almost killing him and Teen for betraying his school beats Kaiatsu mercilessly. The young woman also advances to the finals, along with Hiro, a nerdy-looking man who defeats a Yajirobe in disguise seemingly by mistake. First quarter-final start with Mercenary Tao versus Teen.
Mercenary Tao enters the battle believing he would easily overcome Tien, but he soon discovers he is vastly outmatched. In a desperate act, he removes one of his robotic hands to show a knife, breaking the rules of the competition. Before Tien can respond, Mercenary Tao quickly slashes him on the chest. Tao is promptly disqualified by the World Tournament announcer, but he seems unconcerned. Mercenary Tao drops his other hand, revealing a cannon, and fires a Super Dodone Ray at Tien. Tien blocks the assault with a Ki and then quickly counters, knocking Mercenary Tao out with one strike. Tien leads Mercenary Tao to the stadium's edge after being declared the winner, where he drops him at the feet of Master Shen, his old master who was hoping for Tien to die, and orders him to take Mercenary Tao and depart so as to never trouble him again. Shen leaves in shame while carrying Mercenary Tao in his arms, but not before pledging retribution. Second quarter final start with Goku versus Anonymous. Goku is violently attacked by Anonymous, who asks him if he remembers who she is. She tells him that he committed to accept her as his wife when he states that he still does not, which prompts Goku to inquire about the definition of a wife from Krillin. Yamcha states that they would live together as husband and wife after Krillin claims that Goku planned to marry her, and Krillin complains about how fortunate Goku is to wed such a pretty girl. Yamcha insists that they get married, while Krillin informs Goku that a wife means his life is ended. Then, Anonymous claims that if Goku defeats her, she will reveal her identity. With this agreement, Goku calmly summons an unseen shockwave that successfully knocks the woman out of the ring. To the surprise of Goku and the others, excluding Oolong, Anonymous exposes herself as Chichi and expresses her happiness at having married such a powerful warrior. Recalling the commitment, Goku explains the real reason he made it, that he thought of marriage as a type of food, leaving Chichi inconsolable. To Chichi's delight, Chichi's Goku then pops the question to her in front of the audience since, to him, a promise is a promise. The two leave the ring after being applauded by the audience and receiving congratulations from the announcer. Next fight start with Piccolo Jr. vs Krillin. The fight begins swiftly for Krillin with the double Tsui Hikiden, which Piccolo quickly ends with eye blasts. However, it turns out to be a deceitful ruse because Krillin uses Piccolo's distracted focus to deliver a punch. After a brief exchange of blows with the demon, Krillin charges at him. Piccolo then appears to kick him out of the ring, but Krillin recovers and shows that he has learned to fly during his 3 years of training. Piccolo decides to fight somewhat seriously after observing Krillin's stamina and fighting style. He quickly reaches across the arena to grab Krillin with a stretched arm and, once he has the fighter in his grasp, strikes him hard with a punch. After getting up from the blow, Krillin rushes at Piccolo again but is kicked into the air while Piccolo pursues him. Krillin makes a desperate effort to use the Kamehameha at Piccolo from a close distance, but Jr. avoids it with the after-image technique and moves behind him, giving him the chance to hit Krillin with a powerful overhead smash that knocks him to the arena floor. Even though Krillin manages to stumble to his feet, he is severely hurt and surrenders the match. Next fight start with Yamcha vs Hiro. Hiro's unassuming exterior gives Yamcha the confidence to join the arena. He lets Hiro strike first and easily avoids the awkward chop, but is then accidentally booted in the side when Hiro stumbles. Yamcha ignores the attack, assuming it was just a fortunate shot, and gets ready to launch his own assault. He kicks Hiro, but Hiro dodges it, causing Yamcha to unintentionally slam his crotch against Hiro's skull. Yamcha employs his last-ditch spirit orb technique after failing to land any physical blows, a guided ki orb. Hiro blocks the first and second passes of the ball, causing them to fall under the ring floor. Yamcha then instructs the ball to rise back up and land exactly beneath Hiro. Hiro immediately strikes back, however, and knocks Yamcha out of the arena with an elbow strike. Now that Goku has connected the dots, he understands that Hiro is actually Kami disguised, who has entered the competition in an effort to defeat Junior. Then all fighter goes to the semi-final. First semi-final starts with Goku vs Tien. Right immediately, Goku and Tien engage in combat, slamming into one another with a barrage of strikes. After that, however, Tien shows off his real speed and appears to control the battle, landing several strikes and dodging all of Goku's attacks. When Tien finds out that some of Goku's clothing, including his boots, bracelets, and undershirt, weigh a combined 100 kilograms, he is astonished. Goku has asked Tien if he can take off some of his clothing. With the burden gone, Goku can move faster than Tien and steal his belt without Tien realizing. This causes a humorous scenario in which Tien's trousers slide down, humiliating him in front of the audience. Tien utilizes his hidden weapon, the capacity to split himself into 4 distinct, thinking bodies, after realizing he is outmatched. Goku has no choice but to jump to avoid the blasts from each of the new Tien bodies as they rapidly move to an arena corner. However, as soon as Goku is in the air, each Tien strikes him with a blast from his third eye, sending him tumbling to the floor. As soon as he stands back up, Goku informs Tien that the technique has 2 flaws and that he will soon triumph. Tien doesn't believe him, so he tries to use the same attack routine as before. Goku, however, interrupts him by using the solar flare move after leaping into the air, which causes all of the Tien's eyes to become blind. A reassignment of the Goku then swiftly defeats each Tien with a single blow, exposing the second weakness. dividing into 4 bodies reduced each of them to only a quarter of their original strength and speed. Goku declared as winner. Next fight, start Piccolo Jr. vs. Hero. Hero gets the battle started right away, surprising Piccolo Jr. with a display of his potent techniques. Piccolo Jr. was astounded that such a frail-appearing being could test him. When Piccolo Jr. confronts Hero about this, Hero replies in Namekian, leading Piccolo Jr. to deduce that Kami is actually hiding behind Hero and that his body is simply being rented. Piccolo Jr. is briefly amused by the idea but quickly turns terrified at the thought that Kami might be ready to commit suicide, even though he knows that Kami cannot harm him seriously because Piccolo Jr.'s death would also be Kami's. Piccolo Jr. is reassured by Kami that he has no desire to die. Instead, Kami reveals his secret weapon to him and, after setting a small jar on the ground, employs the evil containment wave method in an effort to contain the demon. However, Piccolo Jr. was prepared for this and turned back the evil containment wave against Kami, who had given up the human's body in order to avoid being imprisoned alongside him. Kami is obviously no longer able to fight because she is trapped inside the bottle, and Piccolo Jr. is proclaimed the victor. Kami begs Goku to use all available means to halt Piccolo Jr. before being trapped. Hero, who is confused and disoriented, stumbles through the throng to his family, who are amazed by his apparent strength as all of this is happening. Hero has no clue what his family is talking about because he is completely unable to remember anything that occurred while he was possessed. Piccolo Jr. mocks Goku by gulping down the bottle containing Kami after this battle. The only way to get it back at this point would be to murder Piccolo Jr., which would also kill Kami. When Goku finally told his friends the terrible news, they were appropriately horrified. Final match start with Goku vs. Piccolo Jr. The following fight pits Goku against Piccolo Jr. After some early assaults, Piccolo Jr. launches a powerful attack that he hopes will destroy the arena and all of the spectators, but Goku manages to deflect it. Goku uses his Super Kamehameha to block Piccolo Jr.'s subsequent effort to do it, reflecting the beam back at him and severing him as well as destroying some of his clothing, including his turban. Goku benefits from the fact that the crowd flees in fear when they recognize him as King Piccolo without his turban because he poses no threat to them. Next, Piccolo Jr. increases in size by around 4 times using his giant form. Piccolo Jr. expands even more when Goku throws him and taunts him, becoming the size of a massive skyscraper. This again works to Goku's favor as he is able to enter Piccolo Jr.'s mouth and then flee with the bottle containing Kami. Piccolo Jr. shrinks down to his natural size after seeing that his enormous stature is not helping him defeat Goku. After some more fighting, Piccolo Jr. knocks Goku unconscious with an antenna beam, electricity from his antennas. He prepares to deliver a follow-up hit when Kami enters the battle and blocks him. After getting Kami agree to let him battle alone, Goku objects and gives Piccolo Jr. a free hit. Despite Piccolo Jr. pouring a lot of energy into the strike, Goku hardly feels it. Goku exploits Piccolo Jr.'s worn-out condition to his advantage as he launches a barrage of blows at him before ending with a Kamehameha. While the countdown is being announced, Goku lets his guard down, believing Piccolo Jr. has been beaten. Piccolo Jr. suddenly emerges and surprises Goku with a beam from his mouth, ripping a hole through Goku's shoulder as the counter approaches 10, signaling defeat. Due to his diminished strength, Piccolo Jr. is able to gradually disable Goku, robbing him of the use of all of his limbs, including his right arm, which the original Piccolo fatally neglected to take from him. Piccolo Jr. flies into the air and unleashes a potent ki blast on him to finish him out, leaving no trace of Goku behind. Despite being severely damaged from the fight, Piccolo Jr. goes to Goku's horrified companions and gloats. However, Goku's victory is only temporary since, unbeknownst to anybody, he had learned the skill of flying and avoided the strike. Piccolo Jr. was forced to leave the ring after being struck by Goku's immobile body, which resulted in Goku being proclaimed the victor. After defeating Piccolo Jr., Yajirobe approaches and gives Goku a Senzu Bean, instantly restoring him to full health. Goku starts to dance around in victory before realizing Kami is preparing to kill the defeated Piccolo Jr. Knowing that Kami and the Dragon Balls would disappear as well if Piccolo Jr. died, he moves rapidly to put himself in between them. Then Kami bemoans the fact that Piccolo Jr. exists because of him and claims that as a result he is no longer deserving of life, let alone being the Earth's guardian. Then Master Roshi interrupts, claiming that the world is at peace now because the Dragon Balls sent Goku on his epic journey and introduced him to his companions. Kami agrees with Master Roshi's argument. Goku requests a second Senzu Bean from Yajirobe after Kami fixes his torn clothing. To everyone's surprise, he hands Piccolo Jr. the Senzu Bean, which forces the demon to get up again right away. Goku reveals that he does not want to lose his enemy and that he does not want to endanger Kami's health by leaving Piccolo Jr. in critical condition. Piccolo Jr. expresses utter disdain for Goku's compassion, considering him to be soft, and promises to come back someday to destroy Goku and rule the world. Kaiotsu has made it out of the hospital and is ecstatic to see Tien again. As a result of his strength and compassion, Kami decides that Goku is deserving of the position of Earth Guardian and extends the offer to him. However, Goku objects, saying that he was searching for adventure, not a job like that. Sorry Kami, it just does not get any better than this. Goku yells as he summons Flying Nimbus, grabs Chichi, and takes off in rejection of Kami's offer. In this short story, the Ox King's palace catches fire just as Goku and Chichi are about to wed. Ox King, who is frantically trying to rescue the wedding dress, is still confined to the blazing castle while Goku and Chichi leave to consult Master Roshi about how to put out the raging fire. Turtle advises them to look for either the Bancho fan or the Fire Eater. Once more interfering Emperor Pilaf and his goons cause Goku and Chi-Chi to leave after discovering the Fire Eater in search of the Bancho fan. An insane woman who Chi-Chi meets confesses to possessing the Bancho fan. The two ignite the fan, but Goku is unable to put out the flames. It's true, says fortune teller Baba, because a leak in the furnace ignited the flames. Chi-Chi and Goku travel to the living world's edge where they encounter Anin, the keeper of the furnace, and Grandpa Gohan, who is dead. Nearly dead, Goku manages to fix the furnace leak, which puts an end to the fire. The marriage of Goku and Chi-Chi puts an end to Dragon Ball. Goku's destiny is examined by the fortune teller Baba, who smiles. Okay guys, this is the end of Dragon Ball story, or you can say last part of Dragon Ball. If you want Dragon Ball Z stories recap, comment below after 100 likes on this video or 250 comments. I upload Dragon Ball Z story S recaps. So okay guys, we meet in the next video. Goodbye and take care.